You're looking at Center City in the city of brotherly love, home of the Liberty Bell, and the fictional boxing hero Rocky Balboa. It's Sunday in mid-August, and it's time for football. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, this is the National Football League preseason. This afternoon, the Indianapolis Colts, our first look at the 2015 roster against the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello again, everybody. I'm Don Fisher, and introducing a new member to our broadcast team, Mr. Rick Venturi. And Rick, let's talk a little bit about this football team in a moment, but I got to give people a little background on you. 27 years in the National Football League. Many of them as a defensive coordinator, a couple of stints as an interim head coach, an assistant head coach. You've done just about everything. And Rick, you've been at training camp for 2 weeks. What are your thoughts?
Well, even an experienced guy like me has to be happy with what you've seen the last 2 weeks. Offense with the infusion of talent has looked explosive, extremely explosive. Defense has had their moments. I felt Arthur Jones. I felt that secondary. But the key to it all is practice is practice. Now we're at game time. And all of us who have ever coached or played this league know you get paid to play on game day, whether it's preseason or whether it's regular season. So let the games begin.
Obviously, there are keys to every ball game. What are your thoughts on those today? And they're brought to you by Bud Light.
Well, 3 keys. Number 1, offense, you want them to start fast. You want to see execution. You want to see basically cohesion. Number 2, on the defensive end of it, you got to match Chip Kelly's speed and uniqueness. You know, and the third thing, when it's all said and done, we're mining for diamonds here today. We want to find gems all throughout the game. We want to see who can play when the lights come on with those young and new kids.
Well, today's Bud Light Keys to the Game brought to you by Bud Light, the perfect beer for living life by your own playbook. We look forward to today's opening kickoff just moments from now. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it's the preseason for the Indianapolis Colts, and we're about ready to kick it off. Indianapolis Colts football is brought to you by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Well, a shot of Philadelphia and Lincoln Financial Field here as we get ready for preseason football game number 1 for the Indianapolis Colts. Today they take on the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the up-and-coming teams in this league. And it's time for the pregame injury report presented by Indiana University Health. Schedule an IU Health same-day appointment at iuhealth.org/same-day today. There you see a shot of some of the injury issues, although the Colts haven't had any serious problems with injuries thus far in training camp. And every coach will tell you, please knock on wood when you say that. Obviously, let's go to the field now for another member of our broadcast team and the Toyota Sideline Report with Steve Andrus.
Gentlemen, one player who is not on that injury report but is still inactive today is star wide receiver T.Y. Hilton. He did not make the trip with the team. It is an excused absence for a personal family-related reason. In his absence, 2 rookies are going to get a chance to turn some heads here. First-round pick Philip Dorsett out of Miami will start opposite of the fellow Miami alum Andre Johnson. Also, Duron Carter, one of the stars of training camp, at least 8 touchdowns in Anderson, including 4 in one day, will get a chance to turn some heads as well with his Hall of Fame father, Chris Carter, watching in the stands for number 9's first game in the NFL.
Thank you, Steve. There you see Duron Carter. There's a shot of Chuck Pagano, the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. And Coach Venturi, obviously, Pagano has had a tremendous start to his 3 seasons in Indianapolis.
36 wins, 3 playoff wins. It's really been terrific. And you can feel the expectancy level in talking to him and talking to everyone else. But I think he will manage it. I mean, he has a life perspective like nobody else. I think he'll manage it. It's going to be fun to watch right off the bat if we get a play with Carter.
FedEx is proud to deliver the game ball for the Indianapolis Colts. FedEx, solutions that matter. And here's the kick, a low driver by Cody Parkey, and it's picked up in there by Zeron Tipton. And Zeron Tipton carries the ball up across the 25-yard line or right at the 25, a 22-yard return on the play. Deron Carter was back there to receive, and he's been a guy that's wowed everybody in camp.
Yeah, obviously they read the press clippings. They squibbed it. They didn't kick to him, which is odd for an opening preseason game. But obviously the kid has a lot of breakaway ability. Now we're going to see this first series.
There you got a shot of Andrew Luck, who has had just an incredible 3 seasons in Indianapolis. He has been tremendous and improved each and every year.
He's been absolutely phenomenal. His 3 years, his 3-year record is earth-shattering, really.
So, and he comes out throwing right away, and having some problems finding a receiver, then does with a low throw down to the 31-yard line, and they're going to say it's a catch. And that was Philip Dorsett, the rookie. It's now time for the Toyota starting lineups presented by your Central Indiana Toyota dealers. Toyota, the official vehicle of the Colts. There you see the backfield and the wide receivers, tight ends. Frank Gore, of course, the new addition everybody excited about. There's your offensive line that's been intact, Coach, for the whole preseason. Quick pitch out to Philip Dorsett.
And that's the quick, we talk about smoke play, where a run is called, and if they play off, Andrew will throw the ball. It's just a side-adjust play.
7-yard gain in that play. Quick check on the Philadelphia defensive unit as you take a shot of Dorsett there. Zerlon Tipton in the backfield as the running back right now. And Andrew with a straight I formation behind him. Checks the right side, goes to the left. Tipton makes the catch out of the backfield. And it's a short 3-yard gain as Brandon Graham brings him down quickly for Philadelphia.
Good protection. That's encouraging. We want to watch that offensive line and see how it develops.
There you got a shot at the defensive line for Philadelphia.
Connor Barwin here on the left side was 4th in the league, number 98 at the outside backer, which is going to be a really good matchup for Jack Duhart in his debut, really as the right tackle.
Andre Johnson, another new find for Indianapolis from Houston, lined up at the top of your screen there as a wide receiver. And Andrew hands it off to Tipton. Tipton tries the middle. Nothing there, no gain on the play. Stopped nicely by Philadelphia's Benny Logan on the tackle.
Little counter trade play back to the weak side. Colts had a lot of success with that a year ago. Philly defense ready to go. Now you got a 3rd and around 7. You know, that's kind of that, what I call that middle window now.
Dorsett comes to the lower part of your screen, and Johnson to the top of it.
You got Whalen in the slot there, Don.
And Griff having another good camp, solid as always. And Luck to the air, and the ball deflected off of Kobe Fleener. And Fleener couldn't pull it in, and it'll be 4th down. The Colts will turn it over with the punt.
You got to secure that one. You got to secure it. That was a catch and run play. Check down to Kobe. He's got to get it and go.
Riley Cooper drops back deep to receive, and here's Pat McAfee with his first punt of the year. I think arguably the best punter in the NFL.
Best punter, absolutely. Got to have good coverage today. This was one of the best return teams and punt block teams in the league. So there's a challenge there.
Great punt by Pat McAfee to start things off. Riley has to put up the hand on a great punt that almost stayed at the 1-yard line but bounces into the end zone. It'll come out to the 25. 59 yards on that play. And obviously it'll be Philadelphia football when we return here to Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. First series, the Colts are 1-2-3 and out. There you see no score after the Colts' first possession of this football game. Obviously not able to move the ball initially, but that usually happens here in the preseason. It takes a while to get everything back to the timing that you're looking for. We'll take a look here at the offensive backfield for Philadelphia today, and that could be up in the air because we're not quite sure who's going to play for Philadelphia. Didn't even get us a press release until Friday. So obviously, there you see Mark Sanchez, who will start in the backfield. Sam Bradford will not play today. That was announced. And Sanchez on that read option throws it downfield, and the play is broken up beautifully out there by Mike Adams, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's a good start for Toller. They had a little something in the flat, but Sanchez was greedy, and that's good. Good play by Toller. Right here's fast. They're on you.
Yeah, they're on you quick. This is basically a run and shoot offense,
yes,
isn't
sir.
it, Coach?
Double stack wide. Little zone play with the zone read. Now the throw off of it.
And Riley initially makes the catch out there. Riley Cooper for Philadelphia. Jalil Brown comes up and makes the stop. We had a chance to talk to him yesterday, Coach. What a nice
What
get.
a classy guy. Yeah, that's that zone read. The quarterback takes it, but if he feels pressure, he has the option to throw the football, which he did out to the wideout right there. That's the Saturday game here on Sunday.
Now again, you see Sanchez. This time the throw is a little bit too high out there for Darren Sproles.
Excellent coverage by Freeman on one of the best running backs in the league in terms of third down. So that's a big third down to get off. Third and short, hard to get off. Good snap.
And so a quick 1, 2, 3 and out for Philadelphia. Philip Dorsett is back deep. Just 40 seconds of offensive time for Philadelphia. And very quickly, their punter comes in, Donnie Jones, and he boots the ball downfield. Dorsett calling for the fair catch at the 28. And so the Colts will take over the football after a 43-yard punt by Donnie Jones. We have timeout on the field. No score in this football game. Both teams' offenses sputter here at the very outset. Back in a moment. Lincoln Financial Field, no score in this football game. Each football team has had possession number 1. You know, at Meijer, on top of weekly specials and built-in low prices, M-Perks gives you personalized rewards. Sign up for M-Perks and save 15% more each year at Meijer. You're just minutes from saving at mperks.com. Well, the Colts will get the football for the second time today, Coach, and obviously they'd like to do a little better than the first.
Yeah, they're sticking in their 2 tight end set, what you call 12 personnel, 2 wide receivers. They're in tight. Look for them to explode out of here with play action.
Zerlon Tipton, the running back, behind Andrew Luck. Start at the 28-yard line of Indianapolis.
He's checking now, single high.
And the handoff to Tipton. Nowhere to go.
Not much there.
Fletcher Cox was involved in the tackle for Philadelphia. Both these teams will probably stay a little vanilla today, right, Coach?
Yeah, they will. Early in the game, you'll see a little bit of variation, maybe on third down. Philadelphia has a very good front. This is a challenging day here on opening day.
Very hot. Temperature expected to be in the 90s as the day wears on. And here's Tipton once again, carries it just across the 30-yard line, so a pickup of about 3 yards on the play by Zerlon Tipton. Cedric Thornton on the tackle for Philadelphia.
That's tough duty in there because he's not checking out of a lot of things in that big 8-man box. Philly's up pressing with a single high safety, so you know eventually you're going to have to beat those guys on the outside.
They recognized 2 former Eagles today who are now on the Indianapolis Colts during the break. And that was Todd Harriman's, of course, the offensive guard for Indianapolis, and Trent Cole, the defensive end. So nice recognition for those guys. We got flags all over the place as it looked like a free play here for Indianapolis. And the pass complete to Dorsett, and he goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So that's going to be a first down for Indianapolis in an 18-yard game.
And you know, he's just a master of that. Just a master of that cadence.
Defense number 98.
There he got him off.
The play results in a first down.
I don't know that anyone does that better than Andrew right now, even as a young kid. His cadence is incredible. You can hear him in the parking lot.
Third down conversions brought to you by Huntington Bank. Welcome to the bank that's passionate about doing the right thing. Huntington, the official bank of the Colts. Andrew Luck sets them 1st and 10. As they complete their first third down conversion of the day. And the handoff again to Tipton, who tries the left side, but no going any place as Philadelphia there, led by Benny Logan.
Yeah, Philadelphia is playing this really hard. They're playing an 8-man front, strong safety up tight. And, I think the Colts right now have to look at their running game, even though they're running into a loaded box, Don. But eventually you're going to have to get a big play on the outside here.
And the ball resting now at the 46 after the 2-yard loss, making it 2nd down and 12.
Now you're 3 wides.
2 to the near side, bottom of your screen. Quick snap, Tipton gets the call again. They're trying to establish that run game.
They really are.
4.
They really are. During the regular season, I think you would see a lot of these plays checked out of into passes just simply by counting the box, which the league has become now. Count the box. Call a running play and get out of it. But I think it's important that they do try to establish the run, particularly for the offensive line here.
Now 3rd and long as Andrew Luck works out of the shotgun. 2 wides to the left, 1 to the near side. Whalen in the slot to the left.
They're a little confused. Philadelphia's confused. Get after it.
And the quick throw, and what a catch made by Andre Johnson. Again, comes up with a big play. Nolan Carroll making the tackle, but he picks up a first down, and he was covered
free.
all over him.
This is what Andre gives you, that big body. He's hard to get through. 3rd down, red zone, those are the type of things. That was good coverage, but he's able to muscle it in there, and Andrew drilled it in there. The ball got small getting out there.
9-yard gain, 43 in total now for Andrew, who's 5 of 6 in the passing department. Into Philadelphia territory as the handoff to Tipton again. This time he tries the middle. Again, there's not a lot, but he makes something out of nothing that time with a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, that's an inside zone play. You'll take that right into that left side.
And new quarterback in the ball game as Matt Hasselbeck has come into the contest.
You know, when the free agency list was out there, I said a year ago that if I had my choice to win one game of all that group, I would take Matt Hasselbeck. So I think it was a really good move to get him signed. This guy's played in big games.
And now Hasselbeck taking over here in the first period after 2 series. And the second series not even over with yet as Tipton gets the call again. Zerline is getting a workhorse day already.
He really is. Yeah, this is a little counter tray to the right side. You know, again, they're running it against a heavy box. There's a lot of bodies in there. Now you got a very manageable 3rd down and 3rd and 3 here, 3rd and 3.5. Very manageable. This is offensive advantage.
7 carries for Tipton already in this ball game. A meager 10 yards out of it, but he's worked hard. 3rd down and short. Hasselbeck to Tipton out of the backfield for a big play, and the Colts are inside the 20-yard line of Philadelphia.
Excellent. Little H choice. And this is the kind of thing you can do when you're in 3rd and short right here. You see right there he beats the linebacker one-on-one on the little angle route, and you're off to the races. The disparity on 3rd down, people talk about 3rd down, but 3rd and 3 in the National Football League is advantage offense about 75% better than 3rd and 8.
10th play of this drive, 17 yards on the last one, and now into the red zone for the first time.
High red here, 3 wide receivers.
Josh Robinson now is the running back, and they hand it to Josh, and he's a bowling ball type of guy, and a big story for this Colts ball club as he carries it just inside the 15-yard line, call it the 14, and a gain of about 3.5, 4 yards.
Yeah, it's good to see him established in the run. There's got to be a physicality that they established. They talked about in the offseason. Now they're going fast. They've got Philadelphia on their heels.
Brad Jones into the tackle that time. And now it's 2nd down and call it 6. Ball at the 14. Blitz coming. They pick it up nicely.
Pick it up.
And Hasselbeck can't find Fleener. Fleener had a man all over him defensively, and Matt kind of just threw it behind his off shoulder and made sure nobody else could pick it off. Marcus Smith had the coverage on the play.
Vincent Brown in there now, Don for Andre. So now we're young. We have Vincent, and we have Dorsett in there at this point in time with Whalen.
And Vincent Brown has some experience, but he's had some injury problems in his career. We had a chance to talk to him yesterday too, Coach, and another really, really
classy
nice man.
guy. Big cluster over here on 3rd and 6.
Tipton back in the ball game at running back. Hasselbeck looks and tries to find a receiver. Looked like Dorsett, and he couldn't quite get it to him, and the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down, and that brings Adam Vinatieri onto the field.
Yep, and that's something that Dorsett's got to learn. You know, he runs the pivot route, and the linebacker was able to jam him in there. He's running the pivot. It's a pick. Got to get out of there quicker. They weren't fluid getting out of that stack, out of that bunch right there. But those are option plays or choice routes that Dorsett's got to learn how to do there.
Adam Vinatieri for a 32-yard field goal as Pat McAfee will hold. Overton snaps the ball. The kick is on its way, and the kick, as you would expect, is good. And the Indianapolis Colts have put 3 on the scoreboard here to start this ball game today. They take the early lead in the contest here in the first quarter. We're back with the kickoff in a moment. There you see the score. The Colts put 3 on the scoreboard, courtesy of Adam Vinatieri's 32-yard field goal on their second possession of this football game. And celebrate the return of football with the Colts kickoff concert. It's presented by Verizon on September 11th along Georgia Street in downtown Indianapolis. Visit Colts.com/events to learn more. Pat McAfee will kick off. Here's the boot. Deep in the end zone is going for Raheem Mostert, the rookie out of Purdue. And Mostert puts the knee down as he retrieves the football. And it'll come out as the break comes once again here at Lincoln Financial Field, with the Colts leading it 3-0, and Philadelphia's second possession of the game. Some Colts fans here at Lincoln Financial Field. There you see the score, the Colts on top of the Eagles, and of course it's brought to you by Citizens Energy Group scoring recap. Citizens Energy Group proud to be the Colts conservation partner, and that recap includes a 32-yard field goal by Adam Vinatieri to put the first points of this game on the board. Well, Coach Rick Vinatieri, we know that you have a new television show, I understand. You're becoming quite the media phenom.
I'm really excited about it. Every Sunday we'll start with the Buffalo Week, 8:30 a.m. It's First Down with the Coach. It's going to be technical. We're going to give you a blueprint for the victory that day.
You're never technical, are you, Coach? Game analysis from the Huntington Bank Studio Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. on CBS 4. And the ball is thrown up in the air and
excellent play.
Intended out there for Jordan Matthews, and a nice defensive play there by Dwight Lowry, the new acquisition at safety.
Lowry's a guy that I like. I think he's a really good acquisition here.
Big snap. Sanchez hands the ball off. Going to Ryan Matthews. The running back, Kendall Langford, comes up and makes the tackle on the play. Langford's a guy that we might hear something from.
Yes, sir. Very solid run player at St. Louis. All right, third down now. You've got 3 wides in there.
So the ball's at the 25. It's third down and 5. No problem, Coach. We'll get that replay once in a while. Back once again, here's Sanchez. Got a lot of pressure that time, and he runs for a first down. Nice play by Mark Sanchez, who avoided all the pressure, and he picks up 10 yards on the play.
God, you had good pressure. You got to break down and get him down. You had a missed tackle back there, or you get your first sack of the year.
Langford brought him down again. There you see the play. Colts had a man back there. It looked like it was Jerome Freeman.
It was.
Here's a throw down the field. Another nice defensive play by Greg Toller. His second of the day.
Outstanding. 2 breakups in the first quarter.
Nelson Aguilar was the intended receiver on the play for Philadelphia. And it brings up 2nd and 10. Sanchez has yet to complete a pass in 4 tries in this ball game.
And now you have the debut of number 30, Deshaun Smith there in the nickel, Don.
And they'll hand it off. And a nice run here by Matthews as he takes it up over the middle. And a nice 13-yard pickup on the play.
And that's what happens with the threat of that zone read. And the outside of that defense didn't sink down. They did not sink down right here. And all of a sudden you have the cutback lane back in there. Got to sink it down. Cole's got to get down there.
Jerome Freeman made the stop, and it's a first down at the 48-yard line of Philadelphia. Sanchez over the middle, and his first reception of the day pulled in there nicely by Jordan Matthews. Mike Adams had the defensive coverage and the stop on the play, but that's an 18-yard gain. So all of a sudden, Philadelphia on the move here. The ball resting inside the 35-yard line. A quick snap and a play blown dead by the officials. And we'll see what that's all about.
There's no timeout. The official was not in position at the snap. Re-snap. First down.
So the official, not where he was supposed to be.
He's got to match the tempo of Chip Kelly's offense.
Well, Coach,
come on, guys.
That does bring up something, does it? Does it not? This tempo is so quick. It's
very difficult, and it's very difficult to play in the preseason.
Sanchez with a read, and down the field he goes, and he's just not quite there with a throw to Jordan Matthews once again.
And we're fortunate because we're losing Matthews coming across the middle. We're having trouble picking him up. I don't know if it's Smitty or if it's the linebackers at this point because things are happening so fast, but
he was flat,
we've turned him loose twice.
You're right, Coach. Nobody within 10 yards of him.
2 plays in a row, really. That's got to stop. You got to get somebody on him. He's good.
Second down at the 34. Sanchez a quick throw to the sideline. The ball is pulled in and a beautiful catch out there. What a grab by Nelson Aguilar, and he takes it to the end zone.
And Don, that's simply, again, a smoke play. That's a run play called because they simply counted the box, threw it out there. You know, and as good as Toller started out, miss a tackle. You got to get him down. You have to get him down.
34 yards of the play.
See the running play. Now he throws it out quick. Now you got to break down and get him down. You cannot let that happen. Can't give up the big play.
And so the Colts give up a 34-yard touchdown pass from Sanchez to Aguilar, as Greg Toller was the guy who just couldn't quite bring him down, and that was the mistake. Toller's had a really good couple of plays in this ball game, and then that happens.
And I think the speed of the offense, particularly with young players, when you got Smith on the field for the first time, you know, all of a sudden that stuff is very difficult on you. We talked about that leading up to the game.
Cody Parkey, who was with the Colts in preseason last year, knocks it through for Philadelphia. And suddenly, Philadelphia is on top of Indianapolis. So a really good drive by Sanchez and the Philadelphia Eagles. And they now have taken a 7-3 lead over Indianapolis. Kickoff in a moment. Here at Lincoln Financial Field, you can see that the Philadelphia Eagles have taken the lead over the Indianapolis Colts 7-3 on a nice pass play from Mark Sanchez, a USC product, to Nelson Aguilar, the #1 draft choice for Philadelphia this year, also out of USC. And that's the Citizens Energy Group scoring recap. Citizens Energy Group proud to be the Colts conservation partner. Well, Coach, obviously a big play for Philadelphia and a big mistake for Indianapolis.
Yeah, a lot of confusion on that last series. 2 plays to Matthews over the top where he got dropped coming over on the over route, on the play action, and then the smoke, which I call the smoke. And again, that's going to happen, but you got to keep that ball down. You got to keep it. You cannot let it turn into a big play.
And Parkey with a big kick.
We're going to take a look at that touchdown again. Again, this is the running fake, and it's a run called. These guys are just running patterns in the event that it's heavy. So now, when you see it, you'll see the run fake because they're going to run the ball. But he sees that guy off so far, he just throws a quick smoke out to him, and you can't have that happen. You can't miss that tackle.
So that's what happens as Indianapolis falls behind now 7-3. And we go back to the offensive side of the ball for Indianapolis. Ron Tipton in there with Matt Hasselbeck at the quarterback spot. And Matt throws it out here to Fleener, who makes the catch at the 22 up to the 26 and goes down there, a 6-yard pickup on the play. And it was Emmanuel Acho who makes the tackle, 4th-year player out of Texas for Philadelphia.
See, and that's the beauty of Fleener. He's a true hybrid. You can move him out of the formation and create tough matchups here, which they just did. Got an easy one.
Dorsett is the only split receiver and not very far to the right. Actually looked like a couple of wingbacks back there in the old double wing formation.
Sure does.
And Tipton gets the handoff, tries up the middle. There's no place to go once again as Acho was there to stop him head on, the linebacker for Philadelphia. Just a 2-yard gain of the play.
One of the reasons you're seeing those tight formations, if they're committed to running and not checking it out, you bring those outside receivers in so they can block the 8th guy. Otherwise, you have no chance to run the ball. But pretty soon you want to run a play action out of that and get somebody over the top.
Colts are 3 for 5 in 3rd down conversions thus far. Ball resting just inside the 28-yard line. It's 3rd down and about 2.5. And a lob down the field from Hasselbeck to Dorsett. He pulls it in, but he was out of bounds when he did so. But that kid has some kind of speed.
Yeah, I compare him to a Ducati motorcycle. You can feel his exhaust about 20 foot away. Good coverage by the Eagles. They were able to jam him and get him up pinned on the sidelines.
Yeah, E.J. Biggers was involved there. And now we've got Kenyon Barner back deep, who was a running back out of Oregon, as the receiving man on this Pat McAfee punt. 4th down for the Colts, obviously unable to move it on this possession. Another tremendous punt by McAfee, driving Barner all the way back inside the 10. To the 20, and out, ended at the 24-yard line by the Colts. It's now time for the Forum Credit Union question of the game, and that question is, which Colts wide receiver holds the team record for most receptions and receiving yards in the first 3 seasons of his career? We'll give you a little time to think about that one. That would be tough. There's been a lot of outstanding, in fact, Hall of Fame type receivers for Indianapolis. Matt Barkley comes in as the new quarterback.
Got some changes on the defense now. We're going to start looking at some guys. I see Werner out there.
And we got a man down on the field for Indianapolis. And it looks like DeJon Smith. DeJon Smith, the rookie out of Florida Atlantic, Indianapolis's number 3 draft pick this past season. And he's the guy shaken up in the play. He's a kid that they really believe is going to be an excellent defensive back in his career. But he goes down here in the first preseason game, and we hope it's nothing serious.
You know, the one thing I'll say about McAfee, and I say this unapologetically, having, you know, been in this game for 3 decades, I think he controls field position better than any kicker that I've ever seen. You know, he leads the league in touchbacks. He's right at the top in net. But what it doesn't show you on the net is so many angle kicks to the sidelines that prevent the great return guys from doing it. And that's not routine. That's a lost art. You know, back in our day, angle kicking was, you know, people did it. Now sometimes you go to your punter and you say, I want that ball kick and I want you to give away 5 net yards, and he looks at you like you're an alien. I hope Deshaun is fine. I hope he can come back because he's a guy who really can get great work today.
Kenyon Barner is now the ball game as one of the running backs for this Philadelphia team. And the play call there for Philadelphia with the stop going to Colt Anderson.
Good close by Colt right there. See, that's what you got to do in that zone play. You got to close it tough. Pace again, Don.
Barner is the running back. Kid out of Oregon. Here is Sanchez with a fake. Throws it down the field. Ball is caught. Another terrific catch out there. And this time again it's Jordan Matthews who makes the grab.
The Colts
are 26-yard game.
Colts are really struggling on the over routes. They're getting really sucked in on the play action. Underneath coverage is evaporating quick, and they're able to get in that second level.
My apology, it's Matt Barkley who made that connection. That quarterback who's in for Sanchez. And another throw right down the field. A perfect catch by Miles Austin who makes the grab. Chance Casey on the stop. And the Colts are getting burnt by some big plays here.
You know, he lost it. He beat him on release. The worst thing you want to do is let a guy get inside and back up. Now they're in that red zone fast.
And here's another throw to the end zone. This time it's thrown a little bit too high. No chance for Matthews to pull that one in. And it'll be second down and goal.
That's the 5th time now that we've seen a bootleg type of play with an over route. That time the 2 safeties sat on it. It gets a little easier as you get inside the red zone because there's no depth to the field.
Barkley with Barner alongside in the backfield. Gets the pitch out. Barner takes it up inside for a touchdown. And Kenyon Barner found a big hole there to run through. The blocking for Philadelphia up front was terrific.
It was really terrific. They're stretching him, cutting it back. At this point in time, Kelly's pace, the Colts just haven't matched it. Let's tell it like it is.
9-yard touchdown run by Kenyon Barner. One of 8 Oregon players on this Philadelphia roster. And, of course, Chip Kelly comes from Oregon.
From Oregon. There's no the Philadelphia Ducks.
It's amazing that pace, though, that tempo that you spoke of.
And particularly when you get the second unit in here, these kids are just not adapted to that. But they've got to learn on the run. They've got to get it because the NFL is going to go start going this way, regardless of what people say.
Matt Barkley's looked pretty impressive. 2 completions, 65 yards, and a touchdown. And the touchdown, of course, came via the run game, but that kick was no good by Parkey.
But again, the big play to Miles Austin. He beat Casey at the line of scrimmage. Casey missed the jam and a bump and run, and then he just got outmatched downfield.
So the Philadelphia Eagles have suddenly struck again, and they've got a 13-3 lead on their second score of the ball game. That drive 5 plays 76 yards in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Barkley was as good as you would expect. He is a kid that has a lot of talent.
Well, he really does, and right now this system is really helping him. He's getting guys wide open, as Sanchez had. At this point in time, the Colts are just really struggling. They're overplaying the run, and they're getting a lot of bad matchups downfield. So, hopefully they can tighten this thing up here as we go.
Well, we asked you the Forum Credit Union question moments ago, which Colts wide receiver holds the team record for most receptions and receiving yards in the first 3 seasons of his career? That answer, T.Y. Hilton. 214 receptions, 3,289 yards. That is impressive in itself. Forum Credit Union, your money, your voice.
One thing about Chip Kelly there, Don, they defy that ball possession, time of possession matters.
And again, that kick deep into the end zone will not be brought out by Carter. And so Durant has had no opportunities today to pull that ball out of the end zone and show his abilities as a return man. So it'll come out to the 20. And that's where Indianapolis will take over, 1st and 10. And we'll check to see who comes out at quarterback. Again, it'll be Matt Hasselbeck. And let's go down to Steve right now on the sidelines here at Lincoln Financial Field.
Hey guys, you just saw Cody Parkey miss that extra point. A reminder, it's moved back from the 2 to the 15-yard line this year after experimentation the past couple of years. So a 33-yard field goal. It's only the second missed extra point in the preseason so far. 49 of the first 50 were made here. Before, when it was only a 19-yard extra point, the NFL kickers were making more than 99% of them. Now with it moved back, they're making a little more than 95%, so slightly tougher, but really not too much. So Coach Venturi, the question I have for you is that can you envision any scenario with this new extra point rule where teams will opt to go for 2 instead of the easy 1?
Oh yeah, I don't think there's any question about it, particularly late in the year when weather becomes a factor at Green Bay, New England, when a 33-yard field goal is not automatic. So I believe so.
Well, Zalon Tipton just ran for a first down as the Colts end the first quarter with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line, and we'll be back with the start of the second quarter in a moment. Welcome back to Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There you see the score as the Eagles have taken a 13-3 lead in the first period over Indianapolis. Colts fans are invited to gather on the north side of Lucas Oil Stadium for the American Family Insurance Touchdown Town, a pregame party area for fans of all ages. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Declare your dreams at amfam.com/dreams. And Matt Hasselbeck finding Zalon Tipton again with a handoff, and Zalon this time picks up a yard or 2, but he has been a workhorse in this first quarter for Indianapolis.
He's really pounded it up there pretty well. Now Matt checked there, had a pass, checked back, Fleener went back in there, a little bit of stretch play, caught him off the backside. See, that's the difference when you run the zone read. The quarterback will hold that backside guy.
Tipton has had 13 touches here in just over the first period of play. And now Hasselbeck down the field. Nice catch, wide open, Philip Dorsett, and he gets the ball knocked out of his hands, and Philadelphia has recovered the football.
It's too bad. He's got to secure it. He's got to learn here today. Can't have it.
Chris Brzezinski came up with a recovery. Take a look, Coach.
Yep, right off the bat, they've been running the ball. Now they fake it, over route. Again, they lost it, just like the Colts, wide open. Got the catch, got a big gain, got to secure it, That's the Sunday game now. They're going to be on you tight. They're not going to sit back there. You got to hold on to it.
Rookie defensive back Eric Rowe, second-round draft pick out of Utah, was the guy who knocked that ball loose. First turnover of this football game, and it benefits Philadelphia. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. And Matt Barkley again in at quarterback for Philadelphia. Quick throw to the sideline. Catch is made out there. Nice grab by Miles Austin.
Excellent job by Jaleel Brown. Now that's another one of those bubble reads off the run. Instead of instead of running the ball, they got 3 on 2, so they do it. Now, Jaleel Brown does a great job of coming in there to make the tackle.
And the quick fake, and Barkley again finds his receiver. This time it is Trey Burton, a tight end, the second-year player out of Florida, and they're in Colts territory at the 39, a 21-yard gain.
The second unit is a little bit lost back there. They're getting shred here on the passing game.
And again, Barkley. And this ball gets deflected and picked off. And the Colts have an interception. Marvel Herrera, the inside linebacker, a rookie out of Georgia, and the 6th-round pick of the Colts in this recent draft, comes up with the interception.
I think Werner tipped it. I think that was a good play coming off the edge because, again, they had the over route wide open. But I think that's Werner coming off the edge.
You're right. It was Bjorn Berner who comes up with the deflection, and nice pickoff by Herrera.
All right.
And we have timeout on the field. We're back in a moment. Colts fan there enjoying the afternoon and some very heavy heat here in Philadelphia, but right now the heat's all on the Colts as Philadelphia has played very well to this point. Well, Colts fans, be sure to visit the Bud Light Party Zone at Lucas Oil Stadium. The Bud Light Party Zone is above the north end zone in front of the windows that open the stadium to the Indianapolis skyline. Proud sponsor of the Indianapolis Colts. Now, Coach, that TV show is going to have some things to look at here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, there's going to be some corrections if we were doing it next Sunday.
And we get ready here for a Hasselbeck throw, and this time it is overthrown. Intended out there for Vincent Brown. But that ball had no chance, and maybe the route got run a little bit short that time.
Yeah, the good job by Philadelphia. Philadelphia is playing a single high, so you want to work outside, but they've done a pretty good job of coverage outside.
Dorsett wide to the far side of the field at the top of your screen. Vincent Brown to the lower part of the screen. Part of a 3 wide-out set. Hasselbeck looks and tries to find Dorsett, but he's throwing it a little bit too wide. And coverage there by Byron Maxwell.
Good underneath coverage, forces the ball wide. Good job coming out underneath that, makes it go wide. Again, Philadelphia, good job of coverage on the outside.
The Colts now find themselves in another 3rd down and long scenario, 3rd and 10 at the 44 of Indianapolis. Hasselbeck has time, throws the ball, looked like it was over the top of Kobe Fleener and not far enough for Griff Whalen to come up with.
Philadelphia there in a hard 5 under, 2 deep. Basically pressed them, no place to go. Got to get rid of it.
So now it's 4th down, and the Colts will punt it away as Pat McAfee comes into the ball game. Kenyon Barner, the 2nd-year player out of Oregon, back to do the receiving on this punt. The speed that Philadelphia plays in their offensive tempo has taken a toll on the 2nd unit for Indianapolis. Here is a tremendous punt by McAfee, but this one's going to bounce into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20 on the touchback. Score right now finds Indianapolis trailing the Philadelphia Eagles 13-3 early in the 2nd quarter. Pat McAfee not very happy with the distance of that punt. We're back in a moment. The Indianapolis Colts and Anthem Angels have teamed up to honor those who are making a difference off the field. And we need your help in finding these hometown heroes. Just go to www.colts.com/Anthem Angels to nominate someone you know who is helping others in our community. We will recognize a different Anthem Angel at each home game this season. Your big playmaker may be one of them. Well, right now, the Colts need a playmaker, and he needs to come on defense because Philadelphia takes the ball once again. And a handoff to Barner as he takes it up across the 25-yard line to the 26, 6-yard pickup on the play. Nice start for Philadelphia on this series. Jonathan Newsom made the tackle for Indianapolis. The pace that Chip Kelly's ball club plays with is astoundingly quick, especially at the NFL level, and flags all over the place.
Absolutely. Here. They hog-tied Werner out here, no question. That's how they got to the edge that time. They caught it. But they have no mercy on you. I mean, this is the way they practice, and so it doesn't matter. I think it distorts the game a little bit when you get to the 2s and 3s, but that's the way it is.
Dennis Kelly was the guilty party on the hold. The man who made the tackle there is a guy everybody's been talking about, number 42, Clayton Gathers.
See, here's the hold right here at the bottom of your screen.
Yep.
They're holding Warner all the way. So they didn't get by with that one. Now you've got now you're at advantage in defense in 2nd and 15.
This is what bogs down these run and shoot offenses if you get in a situation where it's 2nd and long. And here's a nice job by Barkley to avoid the first tackle back there. And he's finally brought down, but he has picked up only a couple on the play.
Good coverage. They actually have a little what we call a slip screen here, okay? But the back has a hard time getting out, so there's nobody there. Good effort. Don't get him down, but you're still in a big advantage. 3rd and 12.
Cam Johnson had him back there for a second. Couldn't quite get him down to the ground, but he only picks up 2. It's 3rd down at about 12. Now Barkley looks downfield and fires this one over the top, and this one went right through the fingertips of Nelson Aguilar. The number 1 pick for Philadelphia out of USC, who already has a touchdown in this ballgame.
Deep out back here. Good protection. Okay, so we've had our 2 number 1s with a little ball security issue here today.
Different game at the NFL level, right, Coach?
They're finding out quickly, and that's what you got to do. You don't want false confidence. You want barometers today.
And in the kick is Donnie Jones on the punt.
That's a return.
And Philip Dorsett. And Dorsett gets to the sideline, but there's no other place to go. He goes out to the 35-yard line. A 52-yard punt, just a 4-yard return. But Indianapolis will come up with the football as we return to play here in a moment with Philadelphia still on top here in the 2nd quarter. The score, Philadelphia 13, Indianapolis 3. Eagles leading Indianapolis 13-3 here in the 2nd quarter. You know, at Meijer, on top of weekly specials and built-in low prices, M-Perks gives you personalized rewards. Sign up for M-Perks and save 50% more each year at Meijer. You're just minutes from saving at mperks.com. Matt Hasselbeck stays in the ball game at quarterback. Quick sling pass out here to Vincent Brown. Nice little move to juke his way past 1 defender on the play, and he moves the ball 8 yards up the field as Diahim Watkins comes up with a stop, a rookie out of UAB.
Same play essentially that went for a touchdown for them. A quick smoke with a run play called on off coverage.
So it'll be 2nd down and 2. Dorsett will split far to the right side. To the near side is Brown. Jack Doyle is in at tight end as the H-back, moving around in the backfield. Hand off to Zerlon Tipton, who's been the workhorse here in the 1st quarter, and he picks up the 1st down as he crosses the 44-yard line. A gain of 2, that's all he needed. Brandon Baer was the man who makes the stop, a 3rd-year player out of Oregon for Philadelphia.
Yeah, this is behind Joe Rice over here. Pulling to the right guard, Thornton with the fullback here, Jack Doyle in behind him. Again, this is probably, even though the running game went great last year, that particular play, run to the left behind Costanzo, was one of their money plays a year ago.
And right now it is 1st and 10 at the 45 now for Indianapolis. Doyle goes in motion. And Zerlon Tipton tries to find running room right side, picks up maybe a half yard. A flag comes down at the end of the play. And we'll see what that's all about.
A lot of traffic there, Don. A lot of traffic in that off tackle hole. They got about 8 guys up there. It's like driving through Broad Ripple at 5 o'clock on Friday.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 65 after the play.
Wow.
It's a 15-yard penalty. The down counts, 2nd down.
David Arkin gets called for the penalty. A guard for Indianapolis. So that's costly to say the least. And they'll move it back now inside the 35-yard line, almost, now actually back to the 31.
Yeah, you got to be smarter than that. Pre-snap penalties and post-snap penalties just kill you. Now you got 1st and a mile.
So it's 2nd down now. 2nd and 24.
Got to get some of it back here, Don.
Yeah, you got to get a piece. Matt hands it off. Zerlon Tipton, no place to go. Basically no gain on the play. Stop made by Marcus Smith. And Philadelphia putting Indianapolis that is, into a deep hole here back at the 31-yard line. 3rd down, 24.
Screen time.
pretty much that's about all you got, right?
Yeah, your playbook shrinks here at 3rd and 40 or whatever, 3rd and 20.
down to a paragraph?
Shrinks. Oh, empty set. They'll be coming.
Dorsett is the wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. Brown to the top.
There's the screen right there.
Jerron Tipton out of the backfield. He'll pick up about 5. And carries it out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And Indianapolis once again will be forced to punt the ball away. So E.J. Biggers comes up and makes the tackle for Philadelphia. Kenyon Barner is going to go back deep to receive here. And Pat McAfee will do the honors once again. Pat getting a lot of work here this afternoon.
Yeah, a lot more than I think he anticipated.
And we're not to halftime yet.
It's all Philadelphia so far.
Punt is on its way. And Barner will have a chance to return this one. Pulls it at about the 21, out to the 30, 35-yard line, and he's upended there. On the stop for Indianapolis, Enoch Mwamba, the inside linebacker or linebacker for the Colts, second-year player out of St. Francis Xavier. Here you see Chuck Pagano as Philadelphia will take over the first down at the 35. Let's go down to Steve Andrus on the sideline.
Hey guys, one thing to look out for in this game, you mentioned all the former Oregon Ducks on the Philadelphia Eagles. There's a former Oregon Duck on Indianapolis as well. Third-string quarterback Brian Bennett's going to get a lot of run in this game. He was recruited by Chip Kelly. In fact, I covered his first training camp out in Eugene, Oregon. He was extremely impressive, just wasn't ready to play as a true freshman. But a couple of years later, as he got ready to take the job, some guy named Marcus Mariota showed up on campus. Such is the life of a blue chip recruit in college. There's always another player ready to come in and take your job. But Brian Bennett, more than anybody, knows about this Oregon offense. He's trying to make an impression on this Colts roster, though, and maybe make the roster, maybe make the practice squad. And, Coach, you know full well when it comes to these third-string players, sometimes it's not trying to impress the team you're on, but the other 31 teams in the NFL as well.
Absolutely. This is your resume.
Deveron Carr was called for a pass interference penalty that cost the Colts 32 yards. Now Barkley gets chased and has to get rid of this ball just to get rid of it this time, and the incomplete pass will make it second down, but the ball is resting at the Colts 33.
The Colts are struggling back there. You know, they're down a little bit, you know, without Vontae, without Butler, and then with Smitty going out, you really dominoed down, and you're still looking at Aguilar, their number one draft pick.
Barkley hands the ball off, and this time new face in the ball game is Raheem Mostert, the rookie out of Purdue, and Mostert takes it right up the middle, picks up about 8 on the play, and that's going to be third down.
Right in that inside zone right there, right inside of Perry.
And they hand it off once again to Mostert, and Mostert's got the first down. So Mostert picks up the first and 10 at the 22-yard line. Philadelphia on the move once again. David Perry, a defensive tackle, a rookie out of Stanford. Everybody wanted to get a look at him, the 5th-round draft pick for Indianapolis. And he is in the ball game now and made the stop.
2 Stanford kids are right in that inside, right there.
Here is Mostert again. Finds a hole on the left side. Another flag comes down late, and we'll see what that's all about. Pickup there was maybe good for 2 or 3. Although they say the knee may have gone down right at the line of scrimmage. We'll wait and see.
Tripping. Offense, number 63. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Key first down.
It's a big break. Get it out of that red zone.
Yeah, David Molk was the guilty party, the center for Philadelphia. See it.
Hard to see it.
But whatever the case, the Colts get the benefit of that break. And the ball comes back to the 31. So, first and 20 now for Philadelphia. The speed of which Philadelphia plays at, Coach, for especially when you don't really game plan a ball game for your second and third team kids, that's got to be tough.
I really knew it would be a pain in the butt. And then when you've lost key guys on your defense, particularly in your nickel package, it really shows, because it's almost unfair when your backup guys aren't really ready to do this.
Kenyon Barner carried. Mwamba brought him down. Now it's second down and about 13. Make it 14. Gain of 6 in that last play. Barkley again over the middle this time, and the ball thrown just a hair behind the intended receiver, Trey Burton, the tight end. And he couldn't quite pull that one in. So it'll bring up third down.
Okay, one thing good there is that's Clayton Gathers. And a little bit man-to-man. They're starting to play a little bit more man-to-man coverage to get on those over routes, and that was a strong safety there on it. Good play there.
Well, Gathers has really been impressive in camp.
Third and long here. You got to get off the field here. Got to force a field goal at least.
Barkley lines up with a shotgun. Barner is the running back in motion. And the ball thrown over the middle. It is caught. And they are able to get him stopped before he can get to the first down yardage. On the play, Jeff Mayo made that reception. Colt Anderson brought him down. And it brings up fourth down now. You'll see what the Colts, or the Eagles rather, decide to do, and they're going for it. Eagles are going for it. They've got fourth down at about 4. Barkley hands it off, and Barner tries the middle, and I don't think he got there. It looks like he might be a half yard short, Coach.
Big stop, I think.
They're going to have to unpile to determine and maybe even measure. And they will measure for it.
This is that inside zone play again, right inside there. Just finding a crack in there. That backside just doesn't pursue as fast on this offense as a regular conventional NFL offense. 4-down territory for Kelly is almost illegal on a day like today. Look at that.
That must be closer than I think, Coach. The angle that we have doesn't give us a great look, but initially it looked like he was stopped. And he was.
All right, that's a boost right there. That's a big boost for those young kids to get off the field. Nothing better than a red zone stop. You know, a team.
Yeah, you had a thought there, Coach?
Yeah, even when a team drives the ball on you, when you stop them in the red zone, hold them to 3, or even better, stop them there and change possessions, you'll always see that offense walk off with their dauber down. They never feel good about it. They never feel successful. So sometimes when you're struggling, if you can just hold on in that last 12 yards.
Let's go down to Steve Andrus on the sideline.
As the defense comes off the field, just wanted to update the one injury to third-round rookie cornerback DeJon Smith. He has a concussion. He will not return.
All right, thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. You know, when the Colts score, the kids win. Speedway will donate $1,000 to Riley's Children's Foundation for every Colts touchdown pass this season. Speedway, the official convenience store of the Colts.
Hopefully he'll get through that. He may have been a little dazed from the speed of that offense.
Marlo Herrera was the guy, Coach, credited with that stop.
You know, he's been very productive in camp, Don. He's a guy, low draft pick, but he had he played. He's actually worked in because of injuries, because they've kept DeQuell Jackson on. He's a guy that, averaged 9+ tackles in the SEC. And I think with an inside linebacker, it's the one area that instincts are really important, sometimes more than pure talent. And what my hope for him is that he's one of those guys that ends up playing the game better than the combine and all that. Usually that production doesn't go away.
He is a 6th-round pick out of Georgia, and he has looked good in preseason camp, no question about it. You asked about him to Coach Pagano yesterday.
He showed up to me, and again, he's been able to, there's been days where they kept Jackson out or Freeman was out, and he's ended up popping in there with the top guys a little bit, which tells you something. He's not in awe of it.
Well, the Colts have struggled offensively since the initial part of this ball game when Andrew Luck and company were out there. Jerron Tipton has been the most active Colt this afternoon. He has run the ball, caught the football a couple of times. He's had a lot of touches in this ball game. And he gets another. And Jerron trying to find a hole, almost broke a tackle there and took it upfield, but picks up a mere yard or two.
Yeah, this is the counter tray back to the left side. using the guard and the fullback. Excellent spill. They spill the ball and they get through Thornton to make the play. Thornton's got to get on that guy and what we call log him. Hook him in there, get that ball out quicker.
Daheem Watkins made the stop for Philadelphia as Hasselbeck gets under center this time.
Blitz comes, here it comes, little blitz. Good
And
job by
Hasselbeck.
Matt.
Yep, great job of reading that time, and he gets the ball thrown out there to Sean McGrath. So Sean McGrath with a nice catch. He's another guy that's kind of popped into your head, Coach.
He really has. He's had a really good camp. Matt was extremely good. That's what he does well. When you come after him, he gets on the quick rhythm. That ball comes out. Played against him many times in the NFC West. Really can get it out. Really smart guy.
11 yards in that carry for a first down. Hasselbeck with a straight eye behind him. This time Tipton looks for a hole and pops through. Another nice run by Zerline, who's getting a tremendous workout here this afternoon. He picks up about 5 on the play.
He's going to win his letter.
Good.
He's going to win his letter today. That's for sure. You know, that time they ran a little search play. They got away from the scheme, the counter drag, and just let it up in here. And that kid really slashes. He did that a year ago when he had a chance to play. He's a pretty physical guy.
Griff Wayland along with Vincent Brown to the far side of the field. Jack Doyle is split out here with Philip Dorsett to the near side. And a man pops across the line of scrimmage there.
Cadence again.
Marcus Smith was the
Ball
guy who
start by
jumped.
the quarterback, number 8.
Marcus Smith
5-yard
was their
penalty.
#1 draft
Second
pick
down.
a year ago. A lot like Burner.
Too much.
Guy they're really hoping for.
Too much.
This
No,
is all
that
on
was
the
too much
quarterback.
for-
Exactly. Voice inflection. This guy's careless. He's not watching the ball. He's listening. Carelessness kills you on Sunday. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
They called it on Matt
Oh,
Hasselbeck.
my God. That's 1 in 100. Please.
Marcus Smith did not have a tackle last year, Coach. Do you
I
believe
know.
that?
No, right now he's got bust written on him.
Second down, 10. Quick throw. Nice find by Hasselbeck, and Tipton has the ball knocked out, and that's not good news. But I think the Colts came up with it.
Good effort to get the ball, but again, now we're finding ourselves back in that hole.
Taylor Hart, I believe, gets the
This is a little check down. He releases it, but again, we got to secure the ball. They're just running and hitting us. They've controlled this game. There's no question about it.
Third down and 13 now for Indianapolis. Hasselbeck out of the shotgun. Snap was a little off, but Hasselbeck pulled it in. Nice throw down the field, and unfortunately, the Dorsett attempt at the catch, not there. Got a hand on it, but that was all. And the Colts are going to be forced to punt once again. Kenyon Barner will be back deep. Take a look here again, Coach. Pressure
Just
coming.
late getting it off, and eventually they just caved in that left side. Might have to get that one out a little quicker there. They held it for a while, and that left side finally gave in.
4th and 13. And so McAfee back on the field and gets off another beauty. Drives Barner back to the 21-yard line where he pulls it in. Nice coverage on a play by the Colts. What a terrific job by Sheldon Price, the first-year player out of UCLA, who came down, Coach, and he would not give up on that tackle.
Did a hell of a job. He's a very long corner, and the way some of these corners are playing today, he may play himself in a little bit, get a look.
59-yard punt by McAfee and just a 1-yard pickup on the play. So the ball down at the 22-yard line. And while we have a moment, let's remind everybody that you don't want to miss the Colts 5K Run Walk. It's strengthened by Indiana University Health on August 22nd. You can finish on the 50-yard line at Lucas Oil Stadium. Sign up at Colts.com/run today. Quick snap. Here is Barkley back in the field. Really high throw, but pulled in nicely out there on a beautiful catch by Rasheed Bailey, a rookie out of Delaware Valley, and Herrera was there on the stop, a 6-yard gain on the play. And that quick tempo offense back on the field. Second down. Fake handoff to Barner, then the throw out here to Eric Tomlinson, a tight end who makes a big play down the sideline. And Philadelphia on the move again with Colt Anderson making that stop.
Another missed tackle out here.
19-yard pickup.
You know, early in the game, they were working the over routes. Now they're working the outside part of the field. Now they're forcing that ball out on the linebackers.
And here's Barkley over the middle. And this ball almost picked off as he tried to hit the wideout that time, Jeff Mayle. Chance Casey deflecting the ball and knocking it to the ground. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Chase is in there at the nickel. I think that's a better spot for him than outside. That's where he's played the best in training camp.
And Barkley to the sideline again.
Oh,
and another nice fake by Aguilar. He comes up the field, makes the catch, and then runs it for an extra several yards. 15 on the total carry.
Again, there's the run. Throw the smoke if you're off, but you got to tackle them. One thing you got to do, you got to get them down. Those smoke plays should be 5-yard gains at best.
Devron Carr got beat in that play. Now they go to the inside handoff.
You almost take a pause when they do that.
Yeah, you do. Henry Anderson made the stop. Again, another draft pick out of Stanford, a 3rd-round pick this past year. Now the throw quickly over the middle again. And another nice tackle by Colt Anderson on Nelson Aguilar, but not before they pick up a 1st down. Right now, Philadelphia is having their way with Indianapolis.
Yeah, they've dominated the game. You know, Aguilar had the one drop, but he's showing what he can do. You know, he's the #1 pick. He's the heir apparent to Jeremy Maclin.
So we've got time out of the field. The score reads, the Philadelphia Eagles leading Indianapolis 13-3. Back once again here at Lincoln Financial Field, and it's 13-3 Philadelphia. Coach, let's
One
look
of
at
the things
here.
we want to talk, we've talked about the scheme, but this is what the fast pace does for you as the game wears on.
We'll look at that just a moment here, Coach. Quick throw out here to the sideline, and the catch is made once again by Philadelphia. Nope.
Okay.
Rule it no.
All right, on the 1st down play, the Colts were so tired that they had a hard time even lining up back in there, and that just gives the advantage. It gives you a 1-step advantage. So you're seeing the advantage of the scheme itself and the wearing down of the defense.
Barner there takes the carry. And they're going to Kenyon Barner now a little bit more as he was stopped out there by Montori Hughes.
No sweat.
No, there's a lot of sweat.
There's a lot of sweat, but, you know, it's tough duty out there right now.
3rd down to the 3. Or actually 3rd and 4 as Barkley goes to work again. And
all right, Price
tried to get it on a layout out there to the receiver who couldn't pull it in. That was Shea Ajira-Tutu, 6th-year player out of Fresno State. Free agent out of San Diego, signed recently by Philadelphia. But the incomplete pass brings up 4th down, and that'll bring the kicking unit out of the field.
We're mining some diamonds. I don't know if we found a diamond yet, but at least we've had 2 good plays out of Price today, both on the kick coverage and good job on the fade there. He's held up better than any of those down the line corners.
And Cody Parkey with a 40-yard try for Philadelphia, and he knocks it through. And Philadelphia puts 3 more on the scoreboard here as they take the lead to 16-3. Coach, let's go back, if we can, to what you were talking about earlier and where the Colts are struggling defensively.
This is what I want the fans to see here. We've talked about all the advantages of the zone read, the quick smoke plays, the bubble. Now here's the effect that it has on you physically, conditioning-wise. As they're ready to play, the Colts are simply walking around. Now they get set only at the last minute, and by then, you know, the Eagles are off and running. They get an advantage on them. So, you know, it's a schematic problem in terms of uniqueness, but it's also a conditioning problem as they wear you down.
And certainly nobody plays a faster pace than Philadelphia does, and Chip Kelly has brought that to the league, and everybody's trying to adapt a little piece of it, but nobody's got it to this extent yet, do they?
A lot of guys are trying to copy, but if he didn't invent it, he was in the room when they invented it. So he understands it, and what he understands is how to run it at game time. It's easy to get theoretically, but running and staying ahead on play calling is what separates it.
Parkey will kick off for Philadelphia. Duron Carter is back in the end zone, would like to get a return, and he may have it here. He does. He's out of the end zone to the 10, 15. Stutter steps his way up almost to the 20. Couldn't quite get there as he's brought down. And Coach, here's the most incredible thing about Duron Carter as Brad Jones makes that stop. This guy is 6'5", 211 as a return man.
It's very odd. He was actually pretty good with the ball in Canada after the catch, which is odd for a guy with that kind of length. You know, he's got to zip it up there. You can't, as you said, you clearly defined it as a stutter step. Don't stutter today.
Ball of the 19, 1st and 10 Colts. Indianapolis would like to get something going here late in the first half. And little dump pass over the line. That went to Sean McGrath, obviously, the tight end. Brad Jones, the linebacker, makes the tackle in the play.
Quick rhythm 2-minute drill. Now, Duron Carter is finally in the game here at wideout, you know, with Brown and with
Dorsett. And McGrath getting a lot of playing time here in the second quarter at tight end. And he has looked good in camp as well. Second down, short yardage for Indianapolis. Hasselbeck. And a nice throw down the field. Unfortunately, Duron Carter got caught up there. It looked like kind of got stopped.
Looked like he wasn't sure of himself. You're exactly right, Don. It looked like he stuttered again. And that's what happens sometimes. You get out there and the bullets are flying. Bullets are flying. You know, just once he reads that press coverage, he's got to take that route, whatever it called, and turn it into a goal right now. That's what Matt expects.
3 for 9 in third down conversions for Indianapolis. Got to get one here. Third and 2. Hasselbeck.
Quick option route or rub route here.
He's going downfield, and the ball was intended for Vincent Brown, but he could not pull it in. The defense supplied that time by E.J. Biggers, and Ed Reynolds was also back there for Philadelphia.
Actually, Biggers, you know, the Philadelphia secondary was really bad a year ago. You know, they really improved it. They got new guys. They're deeper. They're doing a good job of coverage. There's not a lot of space today. Not a lot of separation.
And Kenyon Barner is back deep to receive once again. 6th punt of the ball game for Pat McAfee, who has had a full workout here in the first half. And another absolutely phenomenal punt. Drives him back to the 7-yard line. Barner gets hit at the 12, gets away. Out to the 15, to the 20, and down the sideline he goes. And Kenyon Barner, a speedster from Oregon, is going to go all the way. A great block out there at McAfee that opened the lane, and Barner goes the distance on a punt return that is 92 yards long. Wow.
Well, in that case, the old adage, you outkick the coverage. You had a chance to make the tackle. He made the first guy miss. He made the first guy miss right there, and you should have had him right there. Now, once he's out the gate, yeah, you put these guys in space, you're gonna struggle. Got to make that first hit. This is what we're finding out today. With these units, you've got to play on special teams. You've got to be able to play on special teams, you know, or your days will be numbered.
And the Eagles were phenomenal on special teams a year ago. Colts have been pretty good too, especially the kick units. And that extra point by Parkey puts another point on the scoreboard. It's now 23-3. We'll take another look here. Yeah, the first guy down there was Winston Guy, who had a shot at him to bring him down.
Yeah, 2 guys missed. Can't do it. Got to get him down. And you're right. Philadelphia was one of the best special teams, if not the best special teams team, based on their return game. And that's when Sproles is in the game. And they blocked 4 kicks. So, you know, right now, that's tough duty. You really kicked the hell out of it, maybe over-kicked it, but you still got to go down and make those plays. Those aren't space tackles. You're in good shape. You got him right down the aiming point. Get him down.
Well, Colts win, you win. Get 50% off your regular menu price online. Order the day after the Colts win. Log on to papajohns.com and enter promo code COLTS50. That's Colts 50. Well, right now, Philadelphia having everything their way here in the first half. They lead 23-3. They just had a 92-yard punt return. Pat McAfee drilled the ball that drove Kenyon Barner all the way back to the 7-yard line, or 8-yard line is where they gave him credit for it. And he took it back the distance. Here's a short squib kick, and up the field comes Brandon. Check that. We'll tell you here in a moment.
Adongo, right?
That's a Daniel Adongo. Exactly.
How about that?
Daniel Adongo, the outside linebacker, getting an opportunity because he's on a special teams. He was one of the short guys, and the ball bounced right to him.
Rugby to return.
All right, let's go down to the sideline. It's Steve Andrus.
Coach, I know it's a preseason game, but what stands out to you? What do you want to see differently in the second half?
Well, we got to execute. We're not executing. We've done a couple good things here and there, but we can't turn the ball over. You can't give up, punt returns for touchdowns. You got opportunities to get off the field on defense, and third down you got a chance, for a sack, and it extends the deal. Big plays. In the pass game, it's a zone read, the pace play, all that stuff. There's a bunch of things that we got to do better.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time. We'll have more on the offensive line after halftime as well.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Score at halftime is 23-3, and the Philadelphia Eagles have really put it on the Indianapolis Colts here in the first half. Second half will be upcoming, but we've got a halftime before that. Back in a moment. Welcome back once again to Lincoln Financial Field to the kickoff by Pat McAfee, driven into the end zone. Raheem Mostert unable to return it, so it'll be brought out to the 20-yard line. That's where Philadelphia will start the third quarter with the football and leading the Indianapolis Colts 23-3 at halftime as Matt Barkley brings the offense back onto the field.
Yep, and that was typical Philadelphia. Only 11 minutes of possession in that first half, but a lot of points.
Amazing. Colts actually had 2 more plays than the Eagles did. And here's the handoff. New face in the ball game at running back. And Mostert again, actually not that new. He's been in there the last several plays. Bjorn Werner comes up and makes the tackle for Indianapolis after about a 5 or 6 yard gain.
Real solid also by Cam Johnson on that left edge.
Barkley continues at quarterback. He's done a remarkably good job here today. And the throw out to Mostert, and he's got running room again. Mostert breaks one tackle, finally gets it across the 35-yard line in Colts territory, where he's finally brought down by Amarlo Herrera. And Philadelphia is on the run again. 40 yards on that play.
Another missed tackle on a swing pass. Get him out there one by one. Mwamba can't get him down.
First down, Philadelphia. Barkley fakes the handoff, and then the tight end gets the catch, Eric Tomlinson, and he gets pounded hard on a good tackle by Dewey McDonald. But the Colts are giving up too many yards, and it's pretty obvious that Philadelphia is having their way with this very up-tempo zone read offense. Second down. Mostert kind of tripped over his own feet that time and gets knocked down right around the 30-yard line. No gain to the play.
Solid inside that time by Hughes and Kerr. Very solid there.
So nice job by Indianapolis there. Brings up third down and 6. Kenyon Barner's now in the ball game at running back, replacing Mostert. And Barkley over the middle. Ball deflected. And the Colts can't come up with it. Nice attempt that time. It looked like back there deep was that Cole Anderson?
That was
Nope.
That was Gathers on the deep part of the field.
Yeah.
First time the Colts brought the heat there on third down. He blitzed it, played man-to-man free, good coverage, made him get the ball out quick. You'd like to see Clayton finish that play. You'd like to see him make that play.
Yeah, McDonald and Anderson were the two guys there that were putting the pressure on Barkley. And Parkey comes in to try a field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. He's got plenty of leg. And he bangs it through. And Philadelphia continues to add points to their total. up to 26 now as they lead the Indianapolis Colts on their first possession of the third quarter. We're back in a moment. We didn't have an opportunity to pass these along at halftime, but here are the CDW halftime stats where we take you inside the numbers, courtesy of CDW, people who get it. Coach, first downs, Philadelphia dominates. Rushing yards, same story. Nothing different in the passing yardage scenario. They just completely dominated the first half.
The Colts have not stopped the pass from beginning to end. They've done a decent job on the run, but the complementary part of it, the passing game, 200 yards in the first half passing. And again, you mentioned the time of possession, and I can only say this. Chip Kelly's teams defy all logic, all statistical history in time of possession. They're the worst time of possession team in the league, and yet they're high-powered. This is an interesting statistic from 2013. In 2013, they set an all-time record. The most rushing yards, lead the league in rushing, and last in time of possession. So, it's very interesting, but the passing game has been a mystery all day for the Colts.
Well, those numbers certainly hold up in the first half of this ball game and the start of the third quarter. And now Indianapolis with its first possession. Brian Bennett, the new quarterback for Indianapolis in the game. And Josh Robinson getting the call from the running back spot. Makes the carry on the play for no gain as he's brought down by Brad Jones, seventh-year linebacker out of Colorado.
As Steve Andrus said early, this is Chip Kelly knows this guy. He started with him at Oregon, ended up behind Mariota, went to Southeast Louisiana State, ended up last year as a senior over 3,000 yards, 2,700 yards rushing, 2,700 yards passing, 400 yards rushing. So this is a pretty good athlete.
Very good athlete, and he showed it in camp. And Bennett throws it over the middle. Josh Robinson makes the catch. Nice run after he caught the football, and he carried people with him for an 11-yard gain and a first down.
This is one of the things I've liked about Josh. He's a little bowling ball, but I've seen more fluidness in him. The ability to catch the ball were things that you worry about. But I've seen that, and there you have a classic example. He had to come back a little bit for the ball, caught it without hesitation.
Eric Rowe, a rookie out of Utah, made that tackle for Philadelphia. He's been involved on a couple of nice plays for the Eagles this afternoon. But the Colts have a 1st and 10 after that 11-yard pickup. And Brian Bennett goes to work once again.
Now there's our version of the zone read.
Yep, nice play.
Best gain of the day. There you go.
Ryan takes it out of bounds and a first down as he picks up 11 more. So the Colts on a couple of successive plays with 22 yards total.
Same thing, zone read. They close it. Quarterback takes it out of there. It's truly a read play. It's not a design play. It's a design zone play with the read off of it. And obviously, we've seen what it does to you on defense today.
So 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line now. And Brian Bennett trying to get the Colts going offensively. And Bennett with a long count under center. Airs it out. Going downfield. And that ball almost taken in, but a nice try by Deron Carter. Couldn't quite gather it in. Nice defensive effort by Jalen Watkins, second-year player from Florida for the Eagles.
Yeah, one-on-one coverage on the outside, man press, pretty good release. You got to throw it out there, give him a chance. That's a jump ball. That's a 50-50 ball. You got to try to come up with it.
So now it brings up 2nd down and 10. Carter splits high to the high side of the field. 3 wideouts in the ball game now for Indianapolis. And Bennett over the middle, ball deflected, almost picked off. So Brian Bennett with a throw over the middle that time, and we're going to check in second chance to look at
double in from the slot position. Double in coming in here. Ball sails a little bit on him. Got to get that down around the hip when you're coming into the heavy traffic like that. That's a no-fly zone in there. You can't.
Look at Chuck Pagano.
You don't want to air that one out. That's a hip pointer. Long 3rd down now. Hold up on the protection.
And Bennett again taking the snap. Steps up in the pocket and he's going to run. He's got a first down. This kid can fly, and they know it. You can tell that the defense knows this kid's capable of running the football, and they were spread out all over the field.
No question about it. This kid has athleticism. As I said, 400 yards rushing, I think 6 touchdowns to go with 2,700 yards passing. This is a guy that just got behind it. He got behind the count, zone coverage, distortion in the rush lane, he can take it and go.
16 yards on that carry. So Indianapolis with another first down, now in Eagle territory. And Bennett hands it off. This time it's Robinson. He bowls his way forward, and he'll carry it near the 35-yard line before he's brought down. And the man making the stop was Brad Jones. Let's go down to the Toyota sideline with Steve Andrus.
And guys, Josh Robinson is a player and a rookie that it's just amazing that he is in the NFL at this point. Raised by his grandmother, Gwendolyn, sadly died of a heart attack when Josh was just 11 years old. In and out of different homes, about 20 homes he told us after his grandmother died. Before, when he was 16 years old, he packed up what little belongings he had, gotten to his Nissan Maxima, drove 50 miles across the state of Louisiana to a different school district where he thought his football skills would be recognized more. And he spent 6 months homeless, parked his car in the lot of his high school football stadium, would eat breakfast and lunch in the cafeteria, saved enough food from those meals to have dinner at night. His high school coach had no idea this was going on. It's amazing the journey he has gone through to get to this point in his NFL career. And lastly, the number 23 tattooed on his chest, significant for him. The date his grandmother died, the same date a year later his grandfather died. On the 23rd as well, his mother was sentenced to 18 years in prison, and the 23rd was also the same date that he had his first 100-yard game in college at Mississippi State. He now wants to get the NFL shield tattooed around that number 23 on his chest. It's just absolutely incredible that we're looking at this kid in an NFL uniform right now.
Yeah, you're right. That story is absolutely a miracle, you would think. Second down now at about 8. Robinson with a couple of nice carries thus far in this drive.
Here comes the blitz. Get rid of it.
And the ball is popping around and dropped. And once again, the Colts now have a third down and long scenario.
Yeah, this is, again, you got blitz up the middle. Here comes Ruffin across the middle. He gets rid of the ball. A little bit on the back hip, but you got to secure that in the NFL. A Sunday play in the NFL, you catch that. You got to make it.
Diesel Ruffin, the intended receiver on the play.
Got to make it. Good poise there, actually, by Bennett. I thought he hung in there pretty good. That's the first time he actually got heat up the middle. It's a cross dog.
Third down and 8. Duron Carter splits to the far side. Ruffin to the near. Actually in the slot to the right, and Quan Bray in the lower part of your screen. There's the throw. Nice throw. Good catch out there by Duron Carter, who makes the grab at the 10, and the Colts have another first down.
That's just excellent play. On time, you know, that's a little bend-in route, almost as between a skinny and a dig. He throws it on time. You throw it's a little skinny post right there. It's inside the corner and too low for the safety to get, but you got to burn it. He burned it well. This is a really good series for Bennett.
16 yards on the play. Maybe the best offensive series the Colts have had, at least of driving the ball steadily down the field. And the handoff to Robinson, and he got no place to go, and he actually lost his feet, kind of slid out from under him as he tried to make a cut.
Bennett may have wanted to keep that ball. I think if he looks at that play on tape, he's going to pull that one.
Yeah, he was.
If you look at it right here, they close. That would have been a good one to keep out there. But you know, when you have played a ton, those are not easy to execute. It's not like you do that every play. I always like the number 7. Those of us old enough to remember the great Burt Jones in history.
Yeah. Second down and goal. Ball just inside the 10. And Bennett wanting to find a receiver, having trouble, borrow some time. Nice throw to the end zone, and he did not make the catch. Ball was thrown very low out there, and Eric Swope tried to grab it, could not pull it in. Swope is
great movement. He just short hops it here. Yeah.
Swope is a first-year player out of Miami, former basketball player at Miami.
Get it up a foot, you got a touchdown. Well, you like his mobility, though, Don. I like the way he moves. He got out of a hell of a lot of jam there.
14th play of this drive.
Fade up to Carter right.
Third down and goal. Ball into Josh Robinson's hands. Broke a couple tackles and then takes it into the end zone. Josh Robinson with the score from 9.5 yards outside, and what a really nice drive by Brian Bennett in the offense.
That's that compactness, that's that toughness that you saw in the Southeast Conference. 1,200 yards, this is all on him. Breaks it in the backfield. Now he's got that little bit of push and elusiveness that you weren't sure of coming out of college, because his elusiveness defies his look. You know, he looks like a fire plug with legs.
Well, a great drive by the Colts. Their best of the ball game without question. And they put 7 on the scoreboard. Terrific job, I would say, by Brian Bennett.
Yep.
Kid came in and gave him some big plays.
Yep.
And the kick is good by...
Again, excellent. Just as simple. This is just...
Adam Vinatieri with the extra
simple zone
point kick.
play. Simple zone play. Run through a blocker, cut it back, and make a guy miss.
Well, the Colts have put 7 on the scoreboard for the first time today, and 26-10 is now the top of the scoreboard, with Philadelphia on top of Indianapolis. And let's look at that last play and the touchdown. Give us a read there, Coach.
Okay, this is a zone cutback. What I loved was his ability on the last defender to make him miss. What I've noticed about this kid since he's been here, Robinson, is he looks so compact and he looks like strictly a power runner, but he's shown elusiveness and he showed the ability to catch the ball.
And Josh Robinson, you see there going off the field after his first touchdown in a Colt uniform. We'll come back as Tim Tebow will be the new quarterback for Philadelphia. Chuck Pagano has to be a lot happier than he was earlier in this ball game. As you see there, Citizens Energy scoring recap shows the Citizens Energy Group, proud to be the Colts conservation partner. And there you see 14 plays, 80 yards, 6 minutes, 1 second. And the Colts on the scoreboard with their first touchdown of the day to go along with a field goal earlier from Adam Vinatieri. But Tim Tebow is now the football game for this Philadelphia Eagle ball club. And you heard a roar from this crowd as he came out of the football field before the break. It's going to be very interesting to see how he does. And Coach, you had some thoughts on it.
Yeah, I really do. Don, I've always said that if he were to make it, he would make it as an entity, and it would be a confluence of 2 things. Number one, okay, he has to have a coach who understands the Saturday game. Well, nobody's better than Chip Kelly. If he didn't invent it, as I said before, he was in the room. Number 2, he's got to be with a team that doesn't have a sensational quarterback, so that you don't mind taking that guy out 10 to 12 plays. If you're willing to do with him, then you're going to have an offensive weapon that maybe you didn't count on.
Tim Tebow just handed the ball off. This time it went nowhere as Earl O'Kai made a nice stop on the play. And a quick sideline report from Steve Andrus.
Joined here by Colts running back Daniel Boom Herron, getting the day off, but got to like what you saw from Josh Robinson there on the last scoring drive, huh?
Yeah, absolutely, man. He's doing a great job out there. He's been working hard, and it's showing today.
How about for you? Last year, you're in a situation where you're trying to prove yourself. You come in, you bide your time. Ahmad Bradshaw goes down, unfortunately, and you come in, you do a great job, especially catching the ball out of the backfield in the postseason. What was last year like for you, and how is this training camp and preseason different?
Well, it's kind of the same for me. I'm just trying to come out here and show the coaches what I'm capable of doing. And, just trying to come out here and make some plays, help the team out, and just try to help the younger guys out, and just figure out a way to help the team win games.
How has Frank Gore kind of assimilated into that running back room?
I mean, he's done a great job, man. He's been a great leader for us. I mean, a guy like Frank, who's played a lot of great football, just a great guy to learn from, and just a great guy to play with.
Lastly for you, with this running back unit and the running game, how much of an emphasis are the coaches putting on it in this preseason? It seemed like Zerline Tipton got a ton of run at the beginning of this game. How much are they adding to that?
Well, we definitely want to get the running game going, to help the passing game, because, if the running game is going, it's going to open up the passing game. And if the passing game is going, it's going to open up the running game. So we want to keep it balanced, and, I think we're doing a pretty good job, and just got to keep working at it.
Daniel Boom Herron, a big part of this Colts rushing attack this season. Thanks, Boom.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Steve. You saw Tim Tebow miss a handoff there, and the ball hit the ground, but Philadelphia recovers at 2nd and 10. Tebow Pulls it out of the running back's belly and fires it downfield. And Eric Tomlinson's getting some catches here in this drive. He's had 2 big ones.
This is the very thing that Tebow did in college, and what Chip would do with him is you get so much effort on the run, which the Colts have done all day, that those crossing patterns are wide open. The one he hit 2 plays ago was dead wide open, and that's because of the overreaction to the run.
And another
Now
little
you have a
dump ball
little
to
true
Tomlinson.
bootleg here.
Yep. Tomlinson makes the catch, a throw, or the flag came down as well. And we're going to see what that's all about. It doesn't look good for the Colts. We'll find out here in a moment. But Tim Tebow now taking advantage of this.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 31. Hit the quarterback below the waist. At the knees, 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
That was Dewey McDonald.
This is a true bootleg. This is not a zone read. And again, they're going to protect him. If you're close to below the knees or in the head, forget it.
So that is a big play for Philadelphia. Ball is now at the 17-yard line of the Colts, and they're bouncing right back after the Colts score. Barner is back in the game at running back. And Tebow keeps it himself. Turns it upfield. Going to pick up about 3, maybe 4 on the play before he's knocked out of bounds. Sheldon Price pushes him out. Boy, this crowd really reacts to Tebow, don't they?
He is an entity. I'll tell you what, people love him. But as I said, if he's going to ever go anywhere and stick, it'd be here.
Well, it's a perfect offense for him. There's no doubt about it. And they say he's really worked on his technique and his throwing ability, his throwing motion. Gotten better at that. Here's the handoff to Mostert, who just came back into the ball game, and he broke 1 tackle before he was brought down.
Now what happens is you start keeping the defense off balance. You start freezing on the quarterback, and all of a sudden now they just run sweeps, and they start to get the edge on you. Colts got to tackle a hell of a lot better than they did today. They need 101 pass defense, and they got to tackle better.
Hodges did make that stop. 3rd down, though, and 4. And a whistle blows. Flag came down. And it looks like this one might go against Philadelphia.
False start offense, number 18.
Now, you
5-yard
alluded to
penalty.
this before, and you're absolutely
down.
right, is this offense becomes normal on 3rd and long. So this is where once you get ahead in the count like this, you've got to make it happen here on 3rd down, because all the zone read and everything is a little bit less threatening here at 3rd and long. And that's true in the college game as well.
Yep. Most of the time, if you get to 3rd down, if you get that team to 3rd down and runs this kind of offense, then they're normal. Exactly. Here's Tebow. Throw over the top.
And that's the very thing, and that's why when you talk about his refinement passing, guy told me one time, you're going to throw that ball into pressure the way you picked up that first rock and threw it, and it's never really going to change. And so, I think he would get better, but he needs to have people wide open because of the scheme.
This will be a 34-yard field goal try by Philadelphia. So the Colts defense stiffens at the end.
Good red zone defense.
That drive was helped by a penalty too, we'll remember. So the Colts defense does do a better job in this series. However, the kick is no good. And that is odd because that's the 2nd miss of the day, I believe, by Parkey. So that's not good for him. Nevertheless, the Colts will have the football when we return. Indianapolis Colts football is brought to you by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Right now what's happening is the Colts offense comes back onto the football field after Cody Parkey misses his 2nd field goal of the day.
Yeah, and the irony of it, he had 4 kicks over 50 last year. But he missed that first extra point, and that can get in your head. I think that rule has a little effect if you miss one along the way.
Josh Robinson back in there with Brian Bennett in the backfield for Indianapolis. And Robinson makes a terrific move there. And I'll tell you, this little guy has impressed here in his short stint thus far. He's got a 9-yard gain in this play.
Do not count this kid out. That he's got more quickness, more fluid drive than you would think. That's like I said, you don't gain 1,200 yards in the SEC, you know, if you're chopped liver. You've got to have some talent to do that.
8 carries, 40 yards already for Josh Robinson, and he's only seen really action here in the second half. I think he got in for maybe 1 play in the first half. 2nd and 1. Little sideline toss out here. Caught out there by Langford, and Langford carries the ball up to the 35-yard line, but they're going to mark him out at the 34. And
yeah, this is a facsimile of Philadelphia. See, the zone play is on, but he counted the box, and instead of going with the zone, he threw the bubble. That's the built-in bubble. You have the smoke, the bubble, the zone read. You have all those options, but unfortunately, I don't think he counted correctly on that one. You should have stayed with the run.
1-yard gain gives Indianapolis a first down. Robinson, the running back. And Bennett will hand it off to him, and Josh this time finds no place to go. Almost somebody in the backfield. That was Brad Jones, the linebacker, who popped through there very quickly.
Penetration right inside here by the linebacker. He shot the gap in there, and that's what you'll start to see as soon as you start making those zone runs go. And pretty soon they start running those backers through on any flash, and then you got to throw a little play action.
So now it's 2nd down and 10. Bennett, who looked very good in the first drive of the 3rd quarter, and throws this one to Quan Bray, and just has it thrown behind him a little bit. And Quan had no chance at pulling that one in.
Got a little amped up, sailed that one there. I'd like to see him get the ball to Bray. I've liked Bray in the preseason drills. I'd like to see him get the ball. I'd like to see the ball in his hand.
Shot at Pep Hamilton, the offensive coordinator for the Colts there. Ryan Langford, who was at the University of Illinois in his first season now with Indianapolis. He was with them in training camp last year. As one of the wideouts in the game now, as Bennett looks downfield. Now he's going to step up, and he's got no place to go.
No separation.
Yep.
Coverage sack there all the way.
Brian Mahalik is the man who caught him and brought him down, and Colts will be forced to punt it. Take another look at the sack here.
Here it comes, just a normal rush. He's got time, he's stepping up. Actually, the guy gets one on the edge of the green, but that's a coverage sink. Turn around and thank your secondary.
Barner is back deep to receive, as Pat McAfee will punt it once again. And this one a good high spiral. Doesn't drive him back deep this time. And he eludes one man. There's a flag that comes down, and a nice open field tackle made there for Indianapolis by Deveron Carr. And let's take a look at what the flag is all about. Official comes over and discusses with the line judge. Not sure where that flag came from, Coach.
Well, hopefully it's on them. We got trouble here on these returns right now because Pat's kicking the hell out of it. And as you move down the line in the preseason games,
during the kick,
those special
block
teams,
in the back by the receiving
that's the lowest common
37,
denominator. That's when you start really having trouble.
From where the kick was caught. Philadelphia keeps the ball after enforcement. First down.
So I didn't really hear what the official said there, but nevertheless, it looked like it was against Philadelphia. They'll keep the football, but play will resume here momentarily at Lincoln Financial Field. Well, Colts fans, be sure to visit the Bud Light tailgate tent across the street just north of the stadium for pregame fun and $3 Bud Lights. Make the Bud Light tent your place before the game. I think we all know who that is, but he's wearing a Colts cap. And that's the question, Coach. Why would Chris Carter be in the stands today with a Colts cap on?
That's blood is thicker than water right there, Coach. That's no question about it.
Well, we are ready as Philadelphia takes over inside their own 10-yard line. And what a throw by Tebow. An even better catch by the receiver that time, Rasheed Bailey, a rookie out of Delaware Valley. And that was just tremendous.
Again, a little bootleg. This is what he does best, on the move. Throw it out there. Tremendous catch.
Chance Casey was on the coverage that time, but it was just a phenomenal play by Bailey. And we're at the end of 3 here in Philadelphia. The Eagles still hold the upper hand as they lead the Indianapolis Colts 26-10 here at Lincoln Financial Field. We'll be back in a moment. You know, at Meijer, on top of weekly specials and built-in low prices, M-Perks gives you personalized rewards. Sign up for M-Perks and save 15% more each year at Meijer. You're just minutes from saving at mperks.com. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles continue to get big plays. This time they get it out of Tim Tebow.
That was a zone read that he took to the inside. Rather than the perimeter, he saw the end up high. He came underneath it.
Daniel Adongo was involved in the tackle that time for Indianapolis, but it's second down at about 6. And he has to throw that one into the ground. Good defensive pressure that time.
Very good. And Tim in the pocket is a little different story.
Take a look at the pressure coming here. Not much there until the very end.
At the very end.
Yep. So now it's third down and 5.
We're looking at Perry inside now and Kerr.
Yeah, pressure coming big time. Tebow avoids it initially. Now he's going to try and run. He's going to be brought down. And the Colts did a tremendous job that time of really breaking down that pocket.
This is a good twist game right here. If you see Adongo go inside and then you see Kerr come to the outside, we would refer to that as an exit in tackle twist. There goes Adongo. Here comes Kerr around. You just totally messed up their blocking scheme right there.
Yeah, and Junior Sylvester makes the stop on the play for Indianapolis. So they force a punt, and Tebow's off the field. And McDonald's Big Mac sack. If Colts sack a quarterback, you get a free Big Mac when you buy one at regular prices the next day. The Big Mac official burger of the Colts. And there you see the punt return. Not a long one, but the Colts get great field position out of a 43-yard punt. Just a 5-yard return as Quan Bray retrieves the football. But Indianapolis will have great field position to start this next drive. Coming soon, Arby's collectible Colts glasses are back. Get Arby's exclusive collectible glasses featuring 2 new Colts players every 2 weeks for $3.99. Indianapolis takes over the football, 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Brian Bennett, taking over quarterback duties here in the second half, has done a nice job as he rolls to his right. Little dump pass out here in the flat, and it was Justin Sins who made that reception. Rookie out of Purdue, and a nice catch there, and the football resting now in Eagle territory.
That's a heck of a catch. You really got to get that ball in his hip and let him run with it. It's wide open. You want to get that ball in his hip. When you're throwing to a fullback or a tight end on an inside-out route, you don't want to. You want that ball right in the shoulder, because those guys aren't like wideouts who make that catch routinely.
Second down and 3. Ball at the 49 of the Eagles. And Bennett under center. Josh Robinson in the backfield gets the call. Robinson tries to bull his way forward, gets it very close to the first down, and may have it. Looked like a 3-yard carry on the play, and if he got there, the officials haven't signaled yet just what their intent is as they mark the football, but they're going to give him the first down. So Josh Robinson gains the first down for Indianapolis, and the Colts keep the drive alive.
This is a good job. What you don't see on this play is Bennett check with me. That's what we call a high-low play. He could go either way with it. It's a balanced set. He took it away from the strength of the defense and pounded it up there for 1 yard.
Bennett continues to work under center most of the time. We had a broken play there.
Pre-snap, post-snap, get you fired. You can't do it.
It was Denzel Good who was a little bit too quick on the trigger that time. And that cost the Colts 5 yards back into their own territory at the 49. So they have to get that 5 back. And more if they keep this possession alive. Quan Bray splits wide to the right. Deron Carter wide to the near side. Also out here is Ezel Ruffin to the low part of your screen. And Bennett Just throws this one away.
Yep, had a screen on out there. They diagnosed it perfectly. Back couldn't get out. That's all you're going to do. You got to get rid of it and fight another day.
Well, I hate to tell you who defended on that play, simply because the name is a long one. Wade Kaley-Ekipi.
There you go.
First-year player out of Oregon. And I hope I don't have to say that 5 times fast.
Okay, we need to get half of this back. Second and long, I always refer to it as a get back down. You got to get some yardage back and make third down manageable.
Bennett hands it off to Robinson. Robinson with a nice little run. And a flag comes down late. He got it all the way to the 45 of the Eagles, so he got plenty of it back. And let's see what that flag is all about.
Holding. Offense, number 56.
Wow.
10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Well, we were told that he was probably not going to play today, but Brandon Vittabile, the center, is the guilty party. They marked the ball just back inside the 40-yard line of Indianapolis.
Anytime that hand slips to the back, even if it's subtle, you're liable to get called. If you keep those hands inside, you can get by with anything. Second and a mile, huh?
Yep, they got a long way to go here. Second and 25, Bennett in the shotgun now. And the flag and a whistle again. That's delaying game. That's going to cost him 5 more and just add to the total. Now it'll be second and 30.
Got to regroup.
Can you get 15 back?
15 back. You got to get 15 back. To make it manageable, you need to get about 20 back. But
Carter to the low part of your screen, Bray to the far side or the upper part of your screen, and here is the throw to Bray, and he can't pull it in.
Got to catch it, son. You're competing for a job. You got to make those on Sunday.
So third down now, and Quan Bray not happy with himself. He was pointing to Brian Bennett to let him know it was his fault because the throw was there. So now it's third down and 30.
Touchdown, check down here. You're going to get a 2 shell. You're going to get a lot of zone coverage back in here. So they're probably going to force you to throw the check down here.
Abu Torre is in the ball game for Indianapolis. Here's the throw. Deron Carter, he couldn't pull it in. Had it in his hands for a moment. It drops to the ground. That can't make Dan very happy.
Nope.
Take a second look at it here.
He runs just a double slant, same one we hit early. Got to catch it. Got to catch it. All those guys are competing for jobs, and those things are critical.
Kenyon Barner is back deep to receive. Pat McAfee will punt once again here in the third. My apology, the fourth quarter. And this one will come down to Barner at the 14-yard line. He tries to run this one back upfield, gets to the sideline, gets shoved out. And Demeron Carr was involved in the knock out of bounds. So we'll be back in a moment as Philadelphia once again will take over, and Tim Tebow will be back on for the Eagles right after this. Call Jonathan Bird's Catering for all of your catering needs at 317-881-8888. Catering by Jonathan Bird's. Feast, friends, fun. Well, Coach, your new television show starts when?
Well, it starts opening day, the Buffalo week here. Steve Andres and I are going to wake you up on Sunday morning, 8:30 on CBS 4. If you're not up, DVR. If you go to church, DVR. We're going to talk football. We're going to try to create what we would consider a blueprint for a Colt victory.
And we're watching Tim Tebow now go to work and throw it out of bounds. It's good pressure that time. Good coverage by the defensive backs. And let's go down to the sideline to see Steve Andres.
Hey, Coach, excited about the show. Also excited to be joined right now by first-round pick Philip Dorsett. First time in an NFL uniform. Does it feel natural? Does it feel weird? What was it like out there today?
Nah, it feels natural. I mean, it's just football. Like I said, it's something that we've been doing our whole life. So it's basically the same to me. It's football. I mean, you're just at another level, and you really can't get any higher than this.
Big opportunity for you today as well with T.Y. not playing, Dante not playing. You got some reps with opposite Andre Johnson, your fellow Miami product. Pretty easy transition for you. I know you had some first-team reps in training camp. Was it pretty easy to work with Andrew Luck going out there your first preseason game?
Yeah, it was nothing different. I mean, I've been working with him a lot in practice, so it's basically the same thing. And so we just go out there and just make the game feel like practice, and that's what we did today.
What's the biggest transition for you that you found so far, first 2 weeks of camp and now first preseason?
I would say ball security. Ball security. Catching that ball and putting it away as fast as you can.
It's a good learning lesson, though, right? Obviously, you don't want to do it, but if you're going to do it in the preseason.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that. You're going to do it in the preseason. I mean, it's still not acceptable, but like I said, preseason, you can't get away with it, but you still got to hold that ball tight.
High ceiling for this one, guys. Number 15, Philip Dorsett, first-round pick. Philip, thanks for joining us.
Nice sack by the Colts to give the Colts the football back on a punt. And this one pulled in by Quan Bray. It was a short one, and he takes it into Eagles territory as he runs it across the 45-yard line. So a nice return after the catch, and just a 37-yard punt with a 12-yard return gives Indianapolis an opportunity here in the fourth quarter. Colts fans, Wick Sugar Cream Pies are now available at Lucas Oil Stadium. Be sure to pick up your own 4-inch Wick's Pie today. Well, the Colts back in possession of the football at the 43 of Philadelphia. Colts still trailing in this game 26-10. But they've looked better here in the second half than they did in the first half of the ball game, with the exception of the early segment with Andrew Luck in the ball game. Not much there this time for Abu Torre, who's checked in as the running back out of UT Martin, a freshman. Tells you what background I'm from. At any rate, a rookie here for the Indianapolis Colts. And he lost a yard. It'll be second down and 11. Langford is the wide receiver to the top of your screen. Deron Carter working to the bottom. And Brian Bennett back to throw it down the field. And this ball by Langford is picked off. Langford the intended receiver, but Ed Reynolds picks it off for Philadelphia. And obviously another big play by the Eagles.
Yeah, you got to look it off. When you throw the big post, which I call the big post, which is going to go in there, you got a single high safety. You look it in all the way. He's going to break and make that one. You know, if you're going to throw a post on a single high, it's got to be a skinny post, or what they call a bang eight, where you can throw it in there underneath the safety. You don't have much chance there.
Ryan Langford had no opportunity to catch that one. So Tebow is back on the field for Philadelphia. And he flips it out there toward the sideline, caught by Freddie Martino, wide receiver out of North Greenville. First-year player, Junior Sylvester, runs him out.
He just counted 2-on-2 out there and pulled the ball in through the built-in bubble. Those are all just built in.
Now it's second down and 2. And really good job this time by the Colts. Kelsey Quarles came shooting through that time, and Raheem Mostert had no place to go. That's a loss of 3, and Quarles has made a couple of nice plays here in the second half. You mentioned this during the break, Coach, that bottom of the order defensive line-wise for the Colts has been competitive.
They've really competed here in the fourth quarter, and that's good to see.
Third down. Tebow, pressure, hit.
Good job, another sack. That's 3. That's 3 here by this group.
Yeah, Junior Sylvester again. He's been involved in several tackles, and now we got a flag that comes down late. And that may not be good news. That may be a penalty on Indianapolis, and Chuck Pagano is not a happy camper.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 94 on the pile. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first down.
That did not please Chuck Pagano at all. There you see Sylvester making the tackle on the play, and Kerr comes over. I don't know how you throw a flag on that.
Let him play, Ed.
I mean, that didn't make any sense at all. I mean, his
Especially
momentum carried him right into it.
You're out of the pocket.
Yeah.
You're now a runner.
That's unreal. Well, it's first game for everybody.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that. I could go all afternoon on that rule.
I'll attempt not to say anything more. Oh, we got a little extracurricular activity before this play even unfolds. And this was a procedure call against Philadelphia.
I will say one
penalty,
thing,
first down.
and again, you're always trying to find silver linings because that's what you do. You're always mining for diamonds no matter what in a game like this. But the one thing I do notice with 94 with Kerr is that he just has a little bit more juice than some of those other defensive linemen. He just has a little bit more space quickness. Even if he gets a penalty, at least he's on the ball.
Right. And this is Mostert. And Mostert finds some running room to the near sideline and picks up the yardage they lost and then some. Getting it back onto the 37 or 38 before he goes down. 8-yard gain in the play. Winston Guy was involved in the tackle for Indianapolis. And now you've got second down and about 7. Tebow threw this one away.
Good job here. In that situation right there, the Colts came with outside pressure. They brought 2 linebackers off of Tebow's left. Once he gets in that pocket, he's a totally different guy. Here comes the pressure from this side. So, and then this is a really good job by Odongo. Odongo's given you a little pressure off this left side without any sacks. He crushed that pocket. You narrow Tebow down, and that's kind of his Achilles heel.
And David Perry made a really good tackle on it. Here's the ball thrown up there, and another nice defensive play by the Colts. That time it looked like a linebacker was involved for Indianapolis, and Carlos Fields got a hand on the football. So the defense continues to battle in there. There's no doubt about that.
No question about that. They have not thrown in the towel. They fought it out.
New punter in the ball game for Philadelphia. It's Kip Smith. Juan Bray back to receive this punt and pulls it in, but then fumbles it, and he goes out of bounds. So the positive there is that the Colts stay in possession of the football. Well, we're going to stay right here during this timeout break as Indianapolis continues to trail 26-10. Well, it's time for the Tom Wood Lexus drive of the game, Coach, and let's take a look at it here. Brian Bennett is the guy who leads it.
Very good. Again, to Robinson on the check down. Nice catch by Robinson. Now you got the movement, which this kid can do. Big gain to move the chains. All right, good throw inside to Carter on that little bit of quick post, and then the TD. Again, 34 is in the middle of it. He's in the middle of it, and obviously Bennett is an athlete to be reckoned with.
Well, the drive of the game brought to you by Tom Wood Lexus, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today.
One thing I'd say, Don, is those young kids, you got a little bit of test under fire. There's been some drops, and as Dorsett said himself, ball security. So, that's something you get in the meeting room and you say, hey, this is a reality check, guys. This is Sunday. This stuff's going to happen, but we can't have it. We cannot, when you're in a kind of an untenable situation, almost a distorted situation today because of style, you can't afford to give the Eagles anything. You gotta make them at least work for everything they get.
That drive of the game, incidentally, was without question the best of the day. It went 14 plays, covered 80 yards in 6 minutes in the second. And obviously, it was the most impressive aspect of this ball game here this afternoon in the sense of what Indianapolis was able to do.
I don't think there's any question about it. I think, you take something out of this game. I think you got to lock Josh Robinson. I mean, you pull for him anyway, just on the life story. But I've seen some NFL talent on that kid. And so, I think that's a real plus here.
Colts go back to work. Brian Bennett once again. Product of southeastern Louisiana. And this ball thrown out there intended for Quan Bray, but again, a little bit off the mark.
A little bit off the mark. You'd like to see him come up with it, though, because there was a defender inside. You almost have to throw him open to the outside. Comes down inside here. Here's a defender. He has to throw it to the outside. So, Sunday receiver has got to make that play. He's got to know that ball's coming back to the outside.
Quan looked like he turned at the right time, and it looked like his hands were there, but he just didn't pull it in.
What he's got to realize in this league, they throw you open. You have to make subtle adjustments within the route.
Bennett again gets chased this time, gets tripped, but got away, and throws it down the field, and that ball, well, they're going to say it was incomplete because Ezel Ruffin was just barely out of bounds when he made the catch.
He did throw a rope, though. That, I'll tell you what, he did on the
got an arm,
going to his left. That ball had some mustard on it now.
Brian Brayman was involved there on the pressure. So it's back to the 13-yard line where it's 3rd down and 10. Ron Carter, Juan Bray, Ezel Ruffin are the wide receivers.
You see, they're going to play a 2-deep shell here and make you throw the ball underneath him.
And Bennett throws it down the field, and it's picked off again. This time it is Ed Reynolds, and that's his 2nd pick of the day.
You know, he threw a ball into single high before, looked it in. He did the same thing here, except this is a cover 2. So there's a hole there, but it's got to be thrown quick in the hole. It can't be aired out in the hole because the safety will get it. There's always that dead spot in any kind of cover 2. That was a 2-man. But there's a dead spot between the corner and the safety. But that ball has got to be thrown on a dime. The receiver's got to cut it off. When you look at off NFL safeties, Reynolds is a very instinctive guy. They're going to go get it.
And that puts Philadelphia in great field position in the red zone. Ball resting at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10. Tebow gets the snap. Hands the ball off, and a terrific defensive coverage play. Again, Kelsey Quarles was involved. Quarles came in and made that tackle, and they put a lot of pressure on the running back as soon as he took the handoff.
It starts out with a real penetration here by O'Kine, and then here comes Quarles around there. So you have felt Quarles a little bit today. I don't think there's any question about it.
Monangai was the running back who went down quickly. It's a big loss in the play. Monangai gets the call, tries to take it up the middle, and again the Colts are saying, we're going to give you 2 or 3, but that's it. At that time, Jack Kerr was involved on the stop.
I think Philly is actually milking the clock. I don't know how they call that play. They've got all those signals. They got 27 guys signaling down on the sideline. It drives me crazy. But that's the chaos that he brings to the game.
See that every week in college football,
college
Coach.
football. I know you do. Football was not meant to be played that way, Don. I'm sorry. I'm going to editorialize here.
Procedure violation against Philadelphia. And so the ball moves back across the 20 and out to the 22. And it is getting a bit more ragged here at the end, is it not?
It sure is.
Tebow. And threw this one over the head of the intended receiver, G.J. Kinney.
It's just two worlds with that kid. When he's on the zone read option and he's on the run, and the run fake makes the underneath coverage evaporates, he gets guys in big windows. When he gets back on 3rd down and he has to be an NFL quarterback, you know, so much for the improvement. That ball is sailing.
Yeah.
But if you look at him as an entity and you're willing to give a 10 to 12% of your offense in a game, it will be difficult to defend.
40-yard field goal there by Cody Parkey, the second-year kicker out of Auburn. And he puts 3 more on the board for Philadelphia, who have had lots of opportunities in this ball game today, and they now lead at 29-10. Today's defensive coverage is brought to you by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. And Coach, let's take a look at those.
Yes, and this unit has generated some pressure. Here's that X game again. That's Adongo going underneath, and then they spill it out late to Silvestri. But it all started with that. Now they force him out the other way, and they're able to climb up the backside. But you got to like the way these kids have competed. I mean, they're hopelessly out of it, but they haven't acted that way.
That was today's defensive coverage presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the coverage you need and stop knocking on wood.
And Don, we have seen some action out of Kerr and out of Quarles. We've seen some movement, and at this stage in the game,
we'll be happy for small victories right now.
Here's the kickoff. And again, Bray in the back of the end zone can't pull that one in, so it'll come out to the 20 on the touchback. And so that's where Indianapolis will take over once again. We're down to 4 minutes, 46 seconds left in this ball game. The Colts being taken care of here today by Philadelphia, who's had the better of it most of the afternoon. Although here in the second half, Coach, it's been a bit more competitive, to say the least.
It's been competitive. This is, as I said, a reboot. This was very tough going in. I knew that. I think the Colts knew that, the Colts coaching staff. But again, there's no excuses. You're paid to go out there and play. There'll be a reboot. This will be a great day to evaluate everything. It's a bit of a reality check. Painful as it is, I'd rather have it now.
New running back in the ball game now is Tyler Varga, rookie out of Yale. And he in for the first time today. Takes the handoff. And now here's a picture of Marlo Herrera, who has played pretty doggone well in this ball game today. He's had some real good plays.
Yeah, and he's going to be in the mix as this preseason goes. I mean, we're going to get to see a little bit more of him as we go.
That was the hard worker of the game, presented by Indiana, a state that works.
Vargas is a kid that I really liked coming out of Yale. He's a guy that's got a ton of yardage, a ton of touchdowns in college. Obviously, you can argue the competition, but he's a better athlete than he looks. He's 5'11", about 225 to 230. He's one of those guys down the road that probably, if he gets a shot with either this team or somebody else, probably going to be a fullback type, a little bit like Havili maybe.
10-yard gain on that last play. First down for the Colts at the 34-yard line of Indianapolis. Pressure comes. Varga takes the handoff, spins out of trouble, and then gets hit on a good pop by Brian Brayman, linebacker, fifth-year player of West Texas A&M. Ball marked at the 36. Gain was 2 yards. And second down now for Indianapolis. Ryan Langford now in the ball game. So we see our first look at Tyler Rutenbeck here today as a wide receiver. Top of your screen. And here's a fumble. Brian Bennett had the ball knocked out of his hands. A battle for it. Philadelphia picks it up. And the recovery is made over here by Randall Evans. And the forced fumble, Brian Brayman, the linebacker, came in there and knocked that ball right out of the hands of Brian Bennett.
And this is the downside. This is the downside of the zone read if it's not a way of life with you. See, he's not quite sure. The mesh point doesn't mesh. That's understandable because these kids don't get a lot of work on it, but that's the difference in how Philly does it and you're trying to do it.
So the Eagles take over once again. The Indianapolis defense on the last series took advantage. The defense actually held up their end of the bargain after Tebow had, after Bennett had thrown an interception.
I would say the biggest thing today, Don, overall, is that the Colt pass defense has not played well from beginning to end and given up an inordinate amount of passing. I think a lot of it is they've overplayed the run. And they just, weren't ready for this play-action game, and they haven't caught it very well. It's really more of a passing issue today, both sides of the ball.
And then the injury now to Kelsey Quarles, who's played very well in this ball game. He's been one of the highlights from a defensive standpoint. He's made several really good plays in this ball game, but he is down on the ground. Now they pick him up, and they're going to help him off the field. He is limping pretty good, but it may not be as serious as it once looked. He's still kind of, could be just an ankle. That'd be good. You hate to see knee problems in this kind of situation. He almost might have a bad cramp there. I mean, actually, the way he's walking.
Actually, the game has slowed down. In that second quarter, when we had a lot of young kids in there with that first unit, that speed got it. The speed of the game, the pace of the game, we weren't even close.
Second down and 4. Tebow takes a high snap, hands it off. And a nice little run here by Kevin Monongai, who makes the carry for the first down almost to the 5-yard line. They'll spot it at the 6. And
See,
so
they're having trouble
Eagles,
lining up. They're
Yep.
not getting lined up. See?
Eagles are ready to go again. 1st and goal at the 6. Mananga is the running back. He takes the handoff. This time he goes down immediately as the Colts drop him for a 1-yard loss.
That's our boy Perry. What you want to see out of these young kids, regardless of how the game goes, you want to see them flash. You know they're not going to be consistently good in the beginning, in the first game, but you want to see little flashes like that to see some quickness that maybe you're not sure of.
Here's Tebow going to run it himself and takes it to the end zone.
He just captured Philadelphia today.
Touchdown for Tim Tebow. Faked the handoff and ran it in.
If you're not careful, you'll have a quarterback controversy there.
7-yard touchdown run by Tim Tebow. And Philadelphia puts 6 more on the scoreboard with Kobe Parkey ready to do just a hair more damage. So Philadelphia here this afternoon has ran roughshod over the Indianapolis Colts. Not the kind of first ball game performance that head coach Chuck Pagano and his staff were looking for, although there were some spots where they could take something away from that was positive. But in total, obviously not a good day.
No, they're totally dominated really today in every aspect, as I said, particularly in the play action passing game and the inability for the Colts to throw and catch the ball consistently. Those are the 2 areas that hit me right off the bat. Now, there's nothing better than to come off a situation like this and have the Chicago Bears coming in on Wednesday. There's nothing that will refire you, get you to re-look at it. You know, and that's why you play these games. We can love these guys in practice, but I've always said, do not evaluate your team until the bullets fly. Now, at least we've got 60 minutes of bullet flying. Today, not very attractive, but you build from there.
And they're doing a review on this play. That's why it's taking a while here to make a decision. I mean, he touches the pylon, so I don't understand what the scenario might be. Did he have his foot out of bounds? That's a touchdown. Based on what I see up there on the replay.
Does the ball cross it? I don't know. Hands definitely got it. Oh, that's touchdown.
That's kind of what we thought.
Yeah.
But they're taking a long time to review it, that's for sure. Under the hood, so to speak. Tim Tebow tried to do his best to regain some status in the NFL as a player. Had some success in Denver, but not much sense.
And as I said, you know,
the ruling on the field stands, touchdown.
2 things, and that's a coach that will allow him to have a part of the offense that is totally his, which is totally the Saturday game, and then you've got to be willing to say, I don't have a good enough quarterback to take about 10% of the game, and that might be a perfect fit here.
Yeah, could be. Certainly they play enough of the college game and the way they go about the game to put him in a situation like that. Here is the extra point try, and Parkey delivers. And so the Philadelphia Eagles now have taken a 36-10 lead over Indianapolis. 2 minutes, 2 seconds to go. We'll have a kickoff, and then we will have a 2-minute warning, and we will be about ready to wrap this thing up here this afternoon. It has been a tough afternoon for the Colts. There's no other way to state it. The first unit, when they were out there, they looked solid. Andrew Luck played just very briefly in the ball game. I think he was 5 of 6 in the passing department. Did an excellent job while he was out there. And then after that, it kind of slowed down dramatically in the second half. Even though it started out solid for the Indianapolis Colts, it's kind of fizzled here at the end with a couple of turnovers.
It really has. And you know, early there, and we wanted to see it, but, you know, you had those young kids, no Vontae, no Butler, and it showed. I mean, it showed. The tempo got those young kids. They were out of position. You know, things were wide open over the middle, and they just got started. And once they get rolling on you, it's all downhill.
Quan Bray is going back deep to receive. Cody Parkey will kick off. Chicago Bears are in next week in Indianapolis for the home preseason opener. Line driver to Bray. He's going to bring this one out. Bray shows some speed. He pops it across the 25, and he gets it out to the 27-yard line before they can spill it.
He struggled a little bit, Don, at receiver today. But one thing he is decisive on those returns. I mean, he's going to take them, and that's what you got to do in this league. Can't
We're
really
at the 2-minute warning, and we're ready to take a break here in Philadelphia. Today's Special Teams Player of the Game is brought to you by your Central Indiana Honda dealers and CentralIndianaHondaDealers.com. And there he is, Pat McAfee, who had 8 punts this afternoon. And look at that average, right at 56 today, 56 yards per punt. That is just phenomenal as he continues to show why he's the best punter in the league. Citizens Energy scoring recap here. We'll have that for you as the Eagles in 4 plays take it in with 1 minute and 7 seconds taken off the clock here today. And of course, Citizens Energy Group presents a scoring recap, proud to be the Colts conservation partner. Let's go down to the sideline, and Steve Andrus is standing by.
Hey guys, last defensive series for the Colts, Kelsey Quarles was helped off the field. Thankfully, it was just cramping for him. The trainers were working on his hamstring, massaging it, trying to get the cramp out. Some water for him as well, and cold towels on his neck. It is mid-90s down here, guys. Whether you're wearing a sport coat or not, it's hot.
Well, somebody's going to have to towel you off before you get on that bus. I can tell you that right now,
I'm
Steve.
taking volunteers.
I don't know if you'll be able to post up for our show in a couple of weeks, to be honest with you.
That might be a 20-pound loss day on the sidelines with a coat on.
One thing we've gotten is we've gotten a really good view of these running backs. They have plenty of film on these guys.
Brian Bennett handing the ball off this time. Colts still fighting out there. Butore, rookie out of UT Martin, getting some opportunity here. Clock runs down inside 30 seconds, and nobody in a hurry to, they actually are in a hurry to get this thing over with because nothing's going to change on the scoreboard. 3rd down. And Torrey gets the first down. But that's probably going to do it here this afternoon. It will. The Colts and Eagles both start out at the field. And there's Chuck Pagano. He'll shake hands with Chip Kelly, who's had another very nice debut here in this first preseason game for both teams. We're going to wrap things up here at Lincoln Financial Field as we wrap things up score-wise. It is 36-10. The Eagles beat the Indianapolis Colts.